sixth, right fielder, number 34, James Anderson. Batting seventh, catcher, number 13, Marcel Lacasse. Batting eighth and playing third base, number 14, Owen Jackson. And batting ninth, playing shortstop, number 3, Carson Burns. On the mound for the Baycats tonight, starting pitcher, number 55, Marshall Leachman. Here are the umpires for today's game. Calling the balls and strikes, James Lyles. At first base, Alex Taccone. And at third base, Mike Geltrup. Fans, if you can please rise if you are able to, and kindly remove your hats for our national anthem. Singing our national anthem tonight, please welcome Tammy Bedford. Oh, Canada, oh,
wrong one, wrong slide. Last one down.
Sunday Night Baseball returns to the Barrie Community Sports Complex in Springwater Township tonight at Vintage Throne Stadium in Midhurst. Intercounty baseball as the Welland Jackfish visit the Barrie Baycats. Hello again, everyone, and a very happy good evening to you. I'm Ben Davey. Patrick Melbourne on the stadium public address microphone tonight. Second of 6 regular season matchups between the Fish and the Cats, and they got it rolling last night in Welland. The Jackfish handed Barrie their 4th consecutive loss to knock them back down to 500 while improving their own record to 7-1 with a convincing 6-2 victory last night in Welland. Jackfish starting pitcher Jake Harford threw a complete game gem, holding the Baycats to just 4 hits. His only blemishes, a Barrie run in the 4th inning and another in the 7th. That was it yesterday in Welland. So every bullpen arm is available for manager Brian Essery of the Welland Jackfish here in tonight's back end of this home-and-home matchup between the Jackfish and the Baycats. Let's look at the lineup that he'll send out tonight to face Baycat right-hander Marshall Leachman. Left-hander Marshall Leachman, excuse me. Gio Morello, the center fielder, will lead it off for the Jackfish. Tyler Dupuis, the shortstop, bats second. Brendan Nicholson is in right field batting third. Sam Cocker, the catcher, is in the cleanup spot. Mateo Porcelato at second base batting fifth. Matt Hildebrandt, the DH, bats sixth. Ethan Hunt is at third base batting seventh. Hogan Brown at first base bats eighth. And left-hander Chris Tenney, the number 9 hitter for Welland this evening. And they will face 21-year-old Marshall Leachman from Toronto, 5'8", 160 pounds. First appearance of this 2022 campaign. Went 1-0 last year with a 5.27 earned run average. 5 games, 4 starts, 29 innings of work last year. He struck out 24 and he walked 16. This is his second year in the Intercounty Baseball League. Home plate umpire tonight is James Lyles. Alex Taccone is behind the bag at first, and Mike Guthrow is the third base umpire here tonight at Vintage Throne Stadium. The Baycats throw the ball around, and Gio Morello will come to the plate to start this ball game here at Vintage Throne Stadium in Springwater. Beautiful night, mostly cloudy sky, but it looks like the rain's going to hold off this evening. Low humidity, 21 degrees. Game time temperature, the wind fairly negligible, just blowing in slightly right now from right field, but it's been pretty calm most of the day. Morello steps in, lefty-lefty matchup to start the game as Leachman winds in the first offering, and he's inside with a fastball, and we're underway at 7:07 tonight. here at Vintage Throne Stadium. 1-0 on the way, and Leishman finds the inside corner with that fastball. It's 2-0, or 1-1, excuse me. Tyler Dupuis on deck, and then Brendan Nicholson for the Jackfish. Leishman working quickly. That one's inside. The count, 2 balls and 1 strike. That one lined to third, and it's an easy glove catch by Owen Jansen, 1 away here in the top of the first inning.
Shortstop number 6, Tyler Dupuis.
Let's take a look at the defense tonight behind Marshall Leishman and the Barrie Baycats. The outfield, Noel McGarry-Doyle in left. Jake Wilson returns in center. James Anderson, the right fielder tonight. The infield behind Leishman is Owen Jansen at third. Carson Burns at shortstop. Roy Sando, the second baseman. And Adam Odd at first base tonight. Ryan Rio is in the lineup, but as the designated hitter. Infielder Marcella Cass handling catching duties tonight. With left-hander Marshall Leishman on the mound for Barrie. One 1-1 count with 1 out here in the first inning. That one's fouled off to the right side. And the count is 1-2 to Tyler Dupuis. One, 2 on the way, and that misses. Count is even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Stadium benches starting to fill up around Vintage Throne Stadium here this evening. This is the first Sunday night game of the 2022 campaign, and the first time we've had some Sunday night baseball here in quite a while. This one hit on the ground to third. Again, it's Owen Jansen throwing it across the diamond, and that one just in time. Tyler Dupuis turned on the afterburners, but the throw beat him by a half a step. There's 2 down.
Right fielder number 13, Brendan Nicholson.
A lot of people here in Barrie and with the organization excited about getting some Sunday night games on the schedule this year. A lot of folks in this area like to head up to the beach or the cottage on the weekend, and Sunday night games, perfect opportunity when you're heading home rather than sitting in traffic on a Sunday night, taking some baseball. By the time the game's over, you're zipping down the 400 or wherever you're headed back home. The Sunday afternoon, early evening traffic here in Barrie can always be a little bit of a nightmarish adventure trying to get back, so baseball is a nice way to kill off those hours, wait for the traffic to settle down a little bit. 2 balls and no strikes here to Brandon Nicholson. A called strike catches the corner. So with the addition of more Sunday night games on the schedule, that means a few fewer Saturdays here at Vintage Throne Stadium. The Thursday nights, of course, as usual, are a fixture on the schedule for the Baycats this year. Count is full now, 3 balls and 2 strikes to Brendan Nicholson. Baycats will have a Sunday night game here next weekend against Guelph. Guelph will be here on a Sunday night on July 17th, and then Brantford later in the season. This one to second and over to first. Ando to Odd, and the Jackfish go 3 up, 3 down in the top of the first inning. After a half an inning here at Vintage Throne Stadium, it's the Jackfish, no score, and the Baycats coming to the bat. You're watching Baycats TV and in Barrie on Rogers TV. Danielle May Real Estate, supporting the Barrie Baycats and ready to help with all of your real estate questions. What is your home worth? Should you sell now or wait? Danielle is dedicated to your success. The next time you think real estate, think Danielle May. Your Canadian source for first aid kits, AEDs, safety products, and more. Shop online today at firstaidcanada.com. Life is precious. Be prepared. Back live at Vintage Throne Stadium in Springwater with the Baycats coming to bat. And a scoreless early start to this game with the Welland Jackfish. Our first inning is brought to you by Starting Lineup Uniforms and Apparel, the official jersey provider of the Barrie Baycats. Your season starts here. Rich Corrente, his first offering, is fouled back to the screen. Jake Wilson leading it off for the Baycats tonight in center field. Roy Sando bats second at second base. Noel McGarry-Doyle in the number 3 spot in left field. Ryan Rio hitting cleanup at DH. Adam Ott at first base, batting 5th. James Anderson in right field hits 6th. As Wilson skies this one to left field, Chris Tanny comes in and he calls off Tyler Dupuis, who was backpedaling, and Tanny makes the catch, 1 out in the inning. Marcel Lacasse bats 7th, the catcher. Third base, Owen Jansen batting 8th, and the number 9 hitter at shortstop is Carson Burns. Baycats facing left-hander Rich Corrente tonight. 30-year-old left-hander from Chatham. Stands 6'2", 230 pounds. And a 1-0 count to start off Roy Sando. 7th year in the IBL. Broke in with the Burlington Bandits in 2014. This one hit up the middle and is through into center field for a base hit. Roy Sando is the Baycats' first base runner, and Noel McGarry-Doyle will come to bat. Last year for the Jackfish, Corrente appeared in just 5 games, 4 of them starts. Went 0-1 with a 4.43 earned run average. 24 innings of work for the Jackfish last year, 19 strikeouts, 7 walks. Usually has pretty good control out there on the mound. This one hit to the right side. It's gloved by the first baseman. McGarry-Doyle running way off the baseline, but the tag is made by Hogan Brown. Moving up to second is Zando. And McGarry-Doyle retired, 3 unassisted. It brings DH Ryan Rio to the plate with a runner in scoring position and 2 out in the inning. Corrente likes to wear those pant legs up high at the knees, showing the stripes at the top of the sock. Lefty-lefty matchup here with a runner at second, Roy Sando. Off speed, and Rio hits this one to right field. It falls for a base hit. Rounding third is Ando. Here's the throw. It's cut off, and the Baycats draw first blood on an RBI single by Ryan Rio. 1-0 Barrie.
First baseman number 26, Adam Ott.
So Ryan Rio doing what Ryan Rio does with runners in scoring position. He brings in the game's first run to get Barrie on the board here. And the number 5 hitter, Adam Ott, the first baseman, will get a chance to bat here with 2 out in the first. Corrente last pitched a week ago, May 29th in Toronto. Looked solid in an 8-6 win over the Leafs that night. First pitch to Ott is inside a ball. Corrente worked 6 innings that night, 3 runs, all earned on 6 hits, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk at Christie Pitts in Toronto. Picked up his first win of the season. 1-0 from Corrente. This one hits on the ground to second, gobbled up by Porcello, over to first in time for the out. So Ott is retired. Baycats get a run, and the Jackfish are off the field after an inning here at Vintage Throne Stadium. Barrie 1 and Welland no score. Danielle May Real Estate, supporting the Barrie Baycats and ready to help with all of your real estate questions. What is your home worth? Should you sell now or wait? Danielle is dedicated to your success. The next time you think real estate, think Danielle May. Your Canadian source for first aid kits, AEDs, safety products, and more. Shop online today at firstaidcanada.com. Life is precious. be prepared. Second inning we go at Vintage Throne Stadium with the Baycats on top early here, 1-0 over the Welland Jackfish. I'm Ben Davey, Patrick Melbourne on the public address announcer Mike tonight here in the stadium. Nice to have you along for some Sunday night baseball here on Baycats TV and Rogers TV in Barrie. Battle of left-handers tonight. Marshall Leishman, his first start of the season for the Baycats. Rich Corrente for the Jackfish. Number 4 hitter Sam Cocker, the catcher, will start it off for Welland. Mateo Porcelato, the second baseman, bats fifth, and then Matt Hildebrand. The DH tonight, 1 ball and 1 strike to Cocker. A run on 2 hits for the Baycats in that bottom of the first inning. Top of the second is brought to you by BarrieToday.com. Local news, weather, Baycats scores, and more. BarrieToday.com, your community, your news. Leishman's 2-1. Weakly to third, and it's over near the dugout. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Sam Cocker. Cocker leading the Jackfish with a .407 average through 8 games coming into tonight. 10 RBIs on the season. Count is full, 3-2 to Sam Cocker. Pitch from Leishman, and that just missed. Ball 4, and Cocker is aboard. The Jackfish get their first base runner of the evening. Mateo Porcelato, the second baseman, will come to the plate. Cocker has 2 stolen bases already this season. 27 plate appearances. Has some pretty good speed for a catcher. On the ground, charging is Jansen. Has 1 play, it's first. And he makes the throw and gets the out. No chance to get Sam Cocker. Porcelato retired 5-3, and Matt Hildebrand will come to the bat.
39, Matt Hildebrand.
The scoring opportunity here for the Jackfish with 1 out. Hildebrand hitting .286. One of 6 Welland players to play in all 8 games so far this season for the Jackfish. The one thing that they have enjoyed is a consistent lineup. Big swing and a big miss by Hildebrand. Marshall Leishman making his first appearance of the season. And a runner at second base with 1 out here in the second inning. Look over the shoulder. And the curveball catches the corner and it's strike 2. Leishman looks in. Comes set. Does not check the runner. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and it's high and inside. One thing you want to do on the mound, especially a left-hander with a runner behind you at second base, is vary your looks. You don't want the runner to be able to anticipate any sort of rhythm. That one just misses, and the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Seen Leishman do that, checking the runner. Sometimes you might take 2 looks over your shoulder just so that he can't get any sense of your timing. Checks the runner here. 2-2 pitch on the ground, foul. And the count holds at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ethan Hunt, the third baseman, is on deck. Inning started with a Cocker walk. Advanced to second on Porcelato's ground ball. Two on the way from Marshall Leishman. Here it is. That one hit him right off the top of the helmet, and Porcelato takes a moment, tosses the bat away. regains his focus and takes a slow walk down to first base. Looks like he's all right, but boy, that could be scary.
Third baseman number 25, Ethan Hunt.
Ethan Hunt bats with two on and one out here in the second inning. Looks like Hildebrand is okay. Here's the pitch from Leishman, and it's a called strike on the outside part of the plate. So this sets up the double play possibility for the Baycats now with runners at first and second. Burns and Ando can play at double play depth. Try to get that ground ball and get out of the inning. Leishman very good at pitching to contact. Let's see if he can keep the ball on the ground here. 1 ball and 1 strike to Ethan Hunt. Check on the runners, the pitch, and this one hits to center field. Jake Wilson has to hurry, and it drops in front of him. The runners had to hold up to be safe. Here's the throw to third, and it gets by Jansen. And backing up on the play was Leishman, who was exactly in the right spot to keep those base runners where they are.
First baseman number 24, Hogan Brown.
Great job all around. Wilson charging the ball. Couldn't make the catch, but he got a very strong throw off to third. And then Leishman backing up the throw behind third base. And that's exactly where the pitcher needs to be in that situation. Could have saved a run in this case. So Cocker at third, Hildebrand at second, Hunt at first. The bases are loaded for the Jackfish. Still just 1 out in the inning. This is first baseman Hogan Brown. Brown does not have an RBI yet this year, hitting just 172 through 8 games for Welland. Number 8 hitter for the Jackfish. Chris Tanny, the left fielder, to follow. The pitch from Leishman. Right center field. Anderson and Wilson converge. It'll be the second baseman, Roy Sando, backpedaling. The runners stay put. That one looked like it was hit a lot harder than it was, and Ando was able to backpedal and make the catch.
Fielder, number 20, Chris Tanny.
2 out in the inning for the number 9 hitter. This will be Chris Tanny's first at bat at the 2022 season. Marshall Leishman looking to work out of a jam here in the second inning. Bases loaded, 2 out. Jackfish looking to get on the board. Fastball is inside to Tanny, ball 1. And he's behind 2 balls and no strikes. Gets the strike there, and it's 2-1. Cocker at third, Hildebrand at second, Hunt at first for the Jackfish. Checked his swing, but it's a called strike anyway, and it's 2-2. Here's the 2-2 from Leishman. Swung on and missed. The Welland Jackfish leave the bases loaded at the top of the second. We go to the bottom of inning number 2 with the Baycats on top 1-0. You're watching Baycats TV and in Barrie on Rogers TV. We go to the bottom of the second inning at Vintage Throne Stadium in Springwater with the Baycats on top by a score of 1-0. Second of 6 regular season matchups between the Welland Jackfish and the Barrie Baycats. Fans, all Saturday afternoon home games that start at 4 p.m. this season are Junior Baycats days with the support and partnership of Rock 95, Cool FM, Barrie 360, Moonwalk Entertainment, and Dream Parties. Family fun will be taken to a whole new level. And a strike to start off James Anderson. A run on 2 hits for the Baycats. They've stranded 1. No runs, 1 hit for the Jackfish. They've stranded 3. 2 hopper to second. Porcelato makes the easy throw across, and there's 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. A handful of Welland fans here at Vintage Throne Stadium tonight. Up with the team to enjoy this Sunday night ball game. Want to welcome Welland viewers who found us on YouTube tonight on Baycats TV. Glad to have you along, enjoying the broadcast from home, and of course our Barrie viewers on both Baycats TV and Rogers TV locally here in Barrie. We're bringing you home broadcasts all season long on both Baycats TV and Rogers here in Barrie. This is our 5th broadcast of the season. Called strike to Marcel Lacasse as he takes a look over his shoulder at the home plate umpire. Rich Corrente for Welland. Buzzes that one inside. It jams Lacasse and he fouls it off. Marcel Lacasse hit .273 last year for the Baycats, playing in 25 of Barrie's 30 games. Only Jake Wilson played in more games than Lacasse last season. That 30-game regular season schedule, an abbreviated schedule due to the recovery from the COVID-19 pandemic. The 2020 schedule, of course, was completely wiped away. .42 games on the schedule this season for the IBL's 8-league circuit. 1-2. Pitches at the eyes, and the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Owen Jansen and Carson Burns due up behind Marcel Lacasse here in this bottom of the second inning. Corrente to Lacasse. In the dirt, the count is full, 3-2. Payoff pitch. Slapped foul over near the Barrie bullpen. Karam's off the fencing. And the count holds at 3-2. Lacasse hits this one to center field. Morello has a good read on it and takes that for the second out of the inning.
Now batting third baseman, number 14, Owen Jansen.
Jansen went 0 for 4 yesterday in Welland. Would love to get things going offensively here tonight. He's hitting just 143 coming into the ball game this evening. Played second base yesterday at Welland Stadium. He's over at the hot corner, third base tonight with Roy Sando back. First pitch to him was a fastball inside. It's 1-0. Corrente's pitch. Gets the breaking ball over, and it's a ball and a strike.
Left side, not right side, left side, yeah.
30-year-old Rich Corrente with the leg kick and the 1-1 delivery on the ground. Second base. Played nicely by Porcelato over to first in time, and the Baycats go 3 up, 3 down in the bottom of the second inning. We go to the third. It's Barrie 1, Welland scoreless. You're watching Baycats TV. Danielle May Real Estate, supporting the Barrie Baycats and ready to help with all of your real estate questions. What is your home worth? Should you sell now or wait? Danielle is dedicated to your success. The next time you think real estate, think Danielle May. Your Canadian source for first aid kits, AEDs, safety products, and more. Shop online today at firstaidcanada.com. Life is precious. Be prepared.
Leading off to the Jackfish.
Third inning is brought to you by First Aid Canada, your Canadian source for first aid kits, AEDs, safety products, and more. Shop online today at firstaidcanada.com. Ben Davey with you, Sunday Night Baseball here at Vintage Throne Stadium. Hope you've had a great weekend. Weather certainly has been fantastic. And we're enjoying a nice night here at the ballpark tonight. The Baycats on top 1-0, looking to bring their four-game losing skid to an end. Top of the order, Gio Morello, Tyler Dupuis, and Brandon Nicholson due up for Welland here in the third inning. Marshall Leishman on the mound for the Baycats. 2 balls, no strikes here to Morello. Welland Jackfish have a history that dates back to 2000 when the St. Thomas Storm were granted an IBL franchise. Soon moved to Stratford, then became the Stratford Nationals. Spent 3 years in Mississauga as the Mississauga Twins. Then to Burlington, where they were both the Bandits and the Herd, then arrived in Welland in 2019. As Morello gets aboard with nobody out here in the third inning, Tyler Dupuis comes to the plate. Jackfish went 19-17 in their inaugural year, 15-15 in the pandemic-abbreviated season last year when they were swept in the first round by these Barrie Baycats in the postseason. First pitch strike to Tyler Dupuis. So Morello at first, nobody out here, top of the third inning. First baseman Adam Odd holding on Morello. He goes. Pitch is a called strike. The throw down from Lacasse. It bounces up. Unable to make the catch and apply the tag was Ando. Throw was late anyways. It's a stolen base for Gio Morello. Morello with 8 stolen bases already this season. This Jackfish team loves to run. Brandon Nicholson leads the Jackfish with 13 stolen bases in 8 games. Had to double check some of these stats. 44 stolen bases for the Jackfish this season. Through 8 games, if these stats are correct, that's very impressive. One ball, 2 strikes. Pitch from Leishman. It's a high pop-up. Right side, Odd going back. Makes the catch on the grass. Runner holds.
Right fielder, number 13, Brandon Nicholson.
Call Dan. Call him up.
Dan to the booth, please. Dan to the announcer, please. Thank you.
Here comes Brandon Nicholson. 0 for 1, grounded out to second to close out the top of the first inning. Jackfish went 3 up, 3 down to start the game. Leishman's 1-0, swing and a miss. So with 44 stolen bases in 8 games, the Jackfish are averaging more than 5 stolen bases a game. They've been caught 6 times, 6 out of 44.
Okay. Hang on. Grab this key quickly.
That one stays in front of catcher Marcel Lacasse.
Okay, hang on. Down on that board down there.
Welland off to a spectacular 7-1 start to the season. 7 wins, 1 loss.
The lock hanging off the bottom. Key into the lock, comes down. You gotta push the little thing to the side, and the whole door slides down to open. The inside are 6 circuit breakers. Turn them all off. And you're starting at the top. Turn them on 1.
Leishman looks in for the sign. 2-1 is the count to Brandon Nicholson. 1 out here in the third. The pitch. Check to swing. They appeal at third, or at first rather, and did not go. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Turn them all off, okay? And then turn them all back off the top down, about 1 second apart.
And then just with the panel, just lock it.
Just lock it when you're done. Yeah, but look up before you come back and make sure that the display's back up again.
Okay. Now for the video board or the scoreboard?
Leishman to Nicholson. 2 hopper to short. Burns goes to third, not in time. Carson Burns, instead of making the play to first, decided to try to nab Morello. Jansen made the catch, applied the tag, but they were too late. So Nicholson aboard on a fielder's choice. Morello safe at third, and there's runners at the corners with 1 out in the inning. Well, that's a situation in hindsight. Maybe you just want to make the easy throw to first and make sure you get the sure out there, give up the 90 feet on the basis. But maybe with this being a low-scoring start to the game, it was in Burns' mind that he thought he could nab that runner at third and not give up those 90 feet, but creates an even more dangerous situation now for Leishman with runners at the corners. Still only 1 out in the inning. The dangerous Sam Cocker at the plate here. Welland's RBI leader takes the first pitch outside, ball 1. Cocker walked to lead off the second inning, did not get any further than third. Jackfish looking to get on the board, trailing 1-0. Runner goes, pitches outside, and Lacasse does not throw down, and wisely so, as Morello would have come streaking home. So Nicholson takes second uncontested. 2 in scoring position now for Sam Cocker. And a 3-0 count to him. Cocker 1 for 3 with an RBI yesterday in Welland. Leishman gets a called strike as Cocker was taking all the way. 407 average coming into tonight. Ball 4, and they are loaded for Mateo Porcelato. Second walk of the evening for Cocker.
Number 10, Mateo Porcelato.
So Leishman pitching him carefully, but the bases are loaded with 1 out. Lacasse out for a quick chat. Might want to slow Leishman down just a little bit. Now he's working very quickly to these Jackfish hitters. Maybe that's what Lacasse said. Just take your time, find your spots here. No margin for error with the bases loaded. Middle infielders looking for a ground ball. Burns at short and Ando at second. First pitch strike to Porcelato. Porcelato 0 for 1 tonight. The pitch just missed. 1-1. Center fielder Jake Wilson shifted just a little bit over to the right. Swing and a miss by Porcelato. Boy, Leishman doesn't give you a lot of time to get comfortable in that box, and that's probably part of his mindset. He likes to come right at these hitters. Here's the 1-2. Ball 2. The count is even. That one just missed. Leishman got a strikeout to get out of the jam in the second. He gets a strikeout there. 2 away.
Designated hitter number 39, Matt Hildebrand.
2 strikeouts for Leishman tonight, and Matt Hildebrand now the DH will bat. Welland left the bases loaded in the second. They're loaded up again here in the third. Still trying to get on the board. First pitch fastball is a called strike to Hildebrand. Leishman has had his moments early in this ball game. Fouled off, and the count is 0-2. Morello at third, Nicholson at second, Cocker at first, 2 out. Here's the pitch from Leishman. It's in the dirt. Blocked by Lacasse, and the count is 1-2. Leishman wasting one there, trying to see if he could get Hildebrand to chase. Hildebrand, the veteran, did not. One and 2 to Matt Hildebrand. That one's low, and the count is even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lacasse fires the ball back to his left-hander. 21-year-old Marshall Leishman. The 2-2 count to Matt Hildebrand. 2 out in the inning. Bases loaded for Welland. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Back-to-back strikeouts. Porcelato and Hildebrand go down, and the Jackfish strand 6 over 2 innings. And through 2.5, it's still a 1-0 Barrie lead. You're watching Baycats TV and in Barrie on Rogers TV. I'm Ben Davey. We're back at Vintage Throne Stadium in Springwater, where the Barrie Baycats are leading the Welland Jackfish by a score of 1-0. Carson Burns comes to the plate, the number 9 hitter for Barrie. And then back to the top of the order for Jake Wilson and Roy Sando. As Evan is our junior PA announcer here in this bottom of the third inning. Under the watchful eye of Patrick Melbourne, who is filling in for Rob Daniels tonight at the ballpark. So Patrick on the PA mic, and yours truly solo here on the broadcast on YouTube. 1 ball, 1 strike to Carson Burns, the shortstop. No runs for the Jackfish, a hit and 6 stranded runners as Burns fouls that one off. 1 run, 2 hits for the Baycats. They've stranded just 1. Marshall Leishman with the bases loaded in the 2nd and the 3rd got his team off the field, ending each inning with a strikeout. This one lined into center field. It's a base hit for Carson Burns. 2nd hit of the game for the Baycats. Sorry, 3rd hit for the Baycats. Ando, Rio, and Burns with the 3 hits for Barrie tonight. Jake Wilson comes to the plate now for Barrie. Burns does not go. Breaking pitch, missed ball 1. 2nd game of a home and home here. The Jackfish taking the first end in Welland yesterday by a score of 6-2. 1-0 Barrie here in Springwater tonight. Curveball gets to the corner and it's 1-1.
You have a problem?
Welland, a sensational 7-1 record through their first 8 games. A 5-0 start to the season. As the runner goes, they got him picked off. Here's the throw down, and it's offline. It goes off the glove of Dupuis. He has to run and pick it up over on the grass. Great job by Carson Burns.
There's a big square box like this with a lock dangling on the bottom of it. That's the lock you want. You take that lock off. Then you gotta slide the
So that will likely be an error, a throwing error on the first baseman to get Burns to 2nd. He was running on the pitch. Called strike 1 and 2. And a generous strike zone tonight by home plate umpire James Lyles.
Then you can open it up and then there's 6 breakers in there.
Jake Wilson with a 1-2 count.
Has he figured out which door?
Pitch from Corrente. Hit weakly foul. Over to third base coach Andrew. Over to the Barrie dugout. And Rich Corrente gets a fresh baseball.
Hard to reach.
Ball and 2 strikes to Jake Wilson. Here's the pitch. And that one glanced off the mitt of the catcher and it went all the way to the backstop. No, it might have hit the bat.
Hit the handle, I think.
Got a piece of Wilson's bat, so it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Runner at 2nd, Burns. 1 and 2. Corrente checks the runner twice. Here's the pitch. Hit on the ground to 2nd. Easy play for Porcelato. Over to 1st in time. Burns advances 90 feet. 1 out in the inning. A nice hand for Jake Wilson, who does his job getting the runner over. Hitting it to the right side of the diamond. Burns at 3rd, 1 out for Ando.
Right, turn it back on, 1 at a time. 1 second apart. Start at the top.
Jackfish with a 5-0 start to the season before that 9-5 loss in Guelph. First pitch to Ando, misses away. The Welland Jackfish have already beaten every other team in the IBL at least once. Other than that loss to Guelph, every team, including the Baycats, have lost to Welland already. Guelph the only exception, just 8 games into the season.
As long as you didn't pull a lever, he doesn't touch the scoreboard. And besides, you only got 1 there right now, so you got a 1, so it's on.
Ando singled and scored in the 1st inning. He's got Barrie's lone run of the night. Pitch is outside.
Has he turned them back on? Okay, thank you.
Count is 2 balls and no strikes.
Cell here is terrible. What are we, 2-0?
I'm not sure. There's too much going on in here. I missed something.
Here's the pitch from Corrente. Outside corner, a strike.
Okay, turn them on one by one.
Starting at the top.
Start at the top. Yeah, I can hear you.
Corrente with a leg kick and the pitch. Fly ball to right field. Nicholson going back. He makes the catch, tagging up is Carson Burns. The throw is cut off. He scores easily. 2-0 Baycats. Great job by Roy Sando getting that one deep enough. Burns with plenty of time to score. 2 out in the inning, and the Baycats add to their lead. It's now 2-0 Barrie.
Tell them to stay there for a minute. If you still want to have them on phone. Make sure you set the gear up here.
And that one hit him. Well, McGarry Doyle gets on base for the Baycats, and Ryan Rio will bat. Nice job by Evan, our junior announcer at the mic here in this third inning. Gets a chance to announce another Baycat with Noel McGarry Doyle on base and 2 out in the inning. He goes. Here's the pitch. It's a called strike. The throw down. It's way offline, and underneath easily is McGarry Doyle with a stolen base.
Why does the scoreboard keep going up? The scoreboard's not on those pieces or something.
Ryan Rio drove in the Barrie Baycats' first run in the first inning, and another RBI chance for him here as he waggles the bat. McGarry Doyle at second. Pitch from Corrente outside. Rio holds off, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, there is.
Adam Odd, the first baseman, on deck. Corrente checks the runner. Here's the pitch. And that missed away. It's 2 balls and a strike. We talked about Marshall Leishman varying his looks with the runner at second earlier. Now you're seeing Corrente do the exact same thing. Sometimes checks on the runner once or twice, sometimes isn't checking and working quickly. Part of that cat and mouse game with the base runner, making sure that he's not able to pick up on your rhythm if you're a pitcher on the mound in that situation. The last thing you want to be is predictable. A 2-ball, 2-strike count here to Ryan Rio. Runner does not go. Pitch foul back to the screen.
Tell them to stay there for a second. That's not doing anything.
Rio led the Baycats with a .412 average last season through 23 games. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Corrente with the pitch. Hit up the middle. It's a base hit into center field. Rounding third is McGarry Doyle. The ball is bobbled by Morello. And the Baycats lead 3-0. As Noel McGarry Doyle scores on an RBI single by Ryan Rio, his second of the game.
First baseman, number 27, Adam Odd.
Yeah, there's something weird going on. I don't know what's going on.
So this is turning into a nice inning for Evan, who gets to announce his 6th Barrie Baycat of this third inning. And what a thrill for the junior announcers to get a chance to be on the stadium mic, hear your voice here in the ballpark, and all the fans get to hear you announce your favorite Barrie Baycats as they come to the plate. Adam Odd now the 6th hitter of this third inning. I'll tell you, that junior PA opportunity would have been a dream come true for me as a youngster had it been available. Adam Odd is 0 for 1. Ground ball to end the first inning.
Go from the bottom up this time. Maybe that'll solve it.
Usually goes 3 up, 3 down.
Curveball is a strike, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, I'm grasping for straws.
Odd was 1 for 3 in Welland yesterday. Swings and he misses as he was way in front of that one. Off speed, 1-2. Odd with a 267 average coming into today's ball game. Drove in a run in that 6-2 loss in Welland yesterday. Corrente to Odd. First base, bounces off Hogan's glove. Able to recover nicely, though, and he jogs to the bag for the third out of the inning. So the Baycats retired, but not before adding a pair, and through 3, it's the Baycats 3, the Jackfish nothing. You're watching Baycats TV and in Barrie on Rogers TV. BarrieToday.com. Local news, weather, Baycat scores, and more. BarrieToday.com. Your community, your news. The Canadian Brewhouse is a one-of-a-kind Canadian-themed sports bar. Stop by and enjoy live sports action and an extensive menu with amazing food and drink specials. Just off the 400 at Park Place in Barrie. Join the Canadian Brewhouse after the game.
I'm Christina De Palma, and whether you're looking for help with small claims court, a problem with your tenant, a traffic ticket, a notary, or looking for mediation, De Palma & Associate Legal Services can help. Know the rules, know your rights, solid advice.
We're heading to the top of the 4th inning here at Vintage Throne Stadium. I'm Ben Davey. Barrie Baycats on top by a score of 3-0 tonight. Second of 6 regular season matchups between the Fish and the Cats. Welland coming off a 6-2 win over Barrie yesterday in the first half of this home and home. This one's hit to the left side and through for a base hit. So Ethan Hunt, the number 7 hitter, gets Welland's second hit of the ball game.
First baseman, number 24, Hogan Brown.
Hogan Brown comes to the plate. Our 4th inning is brought to you by Centerfield Foods, feeding fans and families at the Barrie Community Sports Complex since 2005. No runs, 2 hits for the Jackfish. They've stranded 6, leaving the bases loaded in both the 2nd and 3rd innings tonight. First pitch swinging, hit to center field. Wilson comes over, dives, and it gets by him. And that one's going to go all the way to the wall, and that's going to be trouble. Ethan Hunt rounds 3rd. He's going to score easily. The ball picked up by McGarry Doyle. It's cut off, and a triple for Hogan Brown. Well, what a job by Jake Wilson, who made the diving attempt, and oftentimes he will make those spectacular catches, but it proves costly in this case. And that's the chance you make when you go all out on those. By the time McGarry Doyle got over to pick it up against the wall, Hunt was able to score easily, and it's an RBI triple for Hogan Brown to get Welland on the board.
Number 20, Chris Tang.
Welland up here aggressively. First pitch swinging. This one handled by the shortstop. Burns over the first. Not in time. Another run scores. It's a 3-2 game just like that. Boy, this Welland Jackfish team can score runs in a hurry. And look at this 4th inning, turning a 3-0 deficit into a 3-2. Barrie lead with a single, an RBI triple, and now an infield hit by Chris Tanney. And they've been up there first pitch swinging on Marshall Leishman.
Okay. We got to get that display turned off somehow. And I can't do it from here. We got to do it down there.
And a visit on the mound as we're back to the top of the order for Gio Morello.
Because that's got to stop. We can't have that running.
So Tanny is at first. Hunt and Brown both scoring. Bottom of the order, getting it done for the Jackfish here in the fourth. And a lengthy visit with left-hander Marshall Leishman as they discuss Gio Morello, who seems to be in no hurry, taking his cuts over at the on-deck circle. Umpire letting them go as long as they need to there. So Morello will come to the plate for the third time in this ball game.
Yeah, I didn't make game.
It's gone black at least. Now it's screwed.
Tanny at first, still nobody out here in the fourth. The Jackfish have made this a 3-2 ball game.
Give me a second.
As Tanny draws a throw. Leishman, the lefty, capable of that quick move over to first. Tanny knows he needs to be careful. He goes. Here's the throw down. It's over to the right side. The swipe tag is not in time.
Batter is center fielder number 11, Gianfranco Morello.
Things will happen as we control things over here now. So this will happen like that. Control the things that are going on up here.
My bad, guys.
So I can turn on various things and do all kinds of stuff. I can do commercials, like meantime, all kinds of stuff I can do here. Very cool. We got one ball.
Here's the pitch, and this one's hit up the middle. It's into center field for a base hit. They're going to send Tanny home. The ball bobbled by Wilson. It's thrown in, cut off, and an RBI for Gio Morello. 4 straight hits for the Jackfish in the fourth.
Shortstop number 6, Tyler Dupuis.
And we mentioned this is a team that can score runs in bunches, and it appears this is going to be the end of the line for Marshall Leishman. So Leishman was able to work his way out of jams in both the second and the third. The Jackfish exploding for 3 here in the fourth. Still nobody out in the inning. And Josh Matlow will take the ball as Marshall Leishman will call it a night. Baycats go to the bullpen in a 3-3 tie in the top of the fourth inning. You're watching Baycats TV and in Barrie on Rogers TV.
Shortstop number 6, Tyler Dupuis.
6'4" right-hander Adam Kahn is on to pitch for the Baycats in relief of Marshall Leishman, who will get a no decision tonight after a 3-0 Baycat lead. The Jackfish exploding for 3 runs here on the top of the 4th. Still nobody out and a runner on. This will be Adam Kahn's second appearance of the season. Runner leads. Kahn with the pitch. Hit on the ground to short and a throw across. Not in time. Dupuis showing some speed down that first base line as he gets aboard on an infield hit. Burns gloved it cleanly, made the throw across, not strong enough to get Dupuis. Elected to go to first instead of Morello, so Morello at second, Dupuis at first, still nobody out. And the sixth hitter, of the inning will be Brandon Nicholson. So this is actually Kahn's third appearance of the season. The second appearance not showing up in the stats here. There's some updating that still needs to be done to the season stat totals, I'm told. So third appearance for Kahn. His first appearance here in Barrie was an emergency start for Jason Aquino against the Guelph Royals here on May 26th. Did a very nice job. No decision in 3 innings of work. Allowed 1 earned run, struck out 2 and walked 1. Pitched in Toronto and now here tonight against the Jackfish. A high pop-up is foul. Nicholson 0 for 2 with a fielder's choice. Kahn from Aurora. Stands 6'4", 190 pounds. Checks the runners. Comes home with the delivery as the runner goes. Pitches a called strike. Throw to third. It's under the glove of Jansen. Into left field. In to score is Morello. Dupuis was not off with the pitch, but he'll take second anyways on the throw that got past Jansen and went into left field. So nothing going right for the Baycats here in this 4th inning. Dupuis at second, still nobody out. Kahn shakes off the sign from Lacasse. Now comes set. 1-2 pitch. Ball just off the outside part of the plate. It's 2-2. Hunt, Brown, Tanny, and now Morello have all scored for the Jackfish. They have their first lead of the game. Welland 4, Barrie 3. Kahn's 2-2. Strike 3. Got him on the changeup. Down goes Nicholson.
Catcher number 16, Sam Cocker.
Sam Cocker with a pair of walks tonight. Third plate appearance. And his first at bat against Baycat reliever Adam Kahn. Runner at second, that's Dupuis. Dupuis dancing around a little bit, now time is called. Kahn in his first season in the Inter-County Baseball League. Just 20 years old. First pitch low to Sam Cocker. One-0 from Adam Kahn. Here's the pitch. Popped up infield, right side. Adam Odd comes over, foul territory, makes the catch. 2 out in the inning.
Second baseman, number 10, Mateo Portolato.
And the 8th batter of the inning will be Mateo Portolato. Portolato is 0 for 2 tonight. Runner goes, swing and a miss. Here's the throw down. It's low again. Another low throw from Marcel Lacasse, who's puts that one in the dirt. Nice job by Jansen to keep it in front of him. We mentioned this Jackfish team loves to run. 44 stolen bases through 8 games coming into tonight. Averaging more than 5 steals a game. A called strike to Porcelato. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. We're in the top of the 4th. Welland on top for the first time tonight, 4-3. Kahn's delivery. Defensive swing by Porcelato as he fouls it off and stays alive. Looking ahead, the Jackfish will host Guelph on Thursday at 7:30, London on Saturday at 6:05, then visit Hamilton at 2:05 on Sunday. Those games this coming weekend. Baycats get Toronto here again on Thursday night. Feels like they've played the Leafs a lot. Fouled over the screen. That will be the 3rd game the Baycats have played against the Maple Leafs this season already. 7:30 here at Vintage Throne Stadium on Thursday night. Friday, the Baycats visit Hamilton. Sunday night, back here for another Sunday night contest. This one will be against Guelph at 7 p.m. It'll be the 2nd of 4 Sunday night games here at Vintage Throne Stadium. Another foul ball over to the Baycat dugout. Porcelato really stretching out this at bat. Still 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Kahn from the stretch. The leg kick and the delivery. Just missed. Kahn wanted that one. Started to turn towards the dugout. The at-bat continues. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Mateo Porcelato. Most of the infield still in sunlight. Shade now covering about 2/3 of the outfield. We're in the shade here behind home plate as the sun starts to go down.
Got it. Don't leave it alone. I did it.
Fouled away. What an at-bat here by Mateo Porcelato.
Finally. You can't get a hold of him. Hopefully he looks up first.
Adam Kahn, Barrie's second pitcher of the ball game, in relief of Marshall Leachman. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. On the ground and through. Into right center field, another run scores. Dupuis crosses home plate. The ball mishandled in the outfield, and into second goes Porcelato.
Designated hitter number 39.
5-3 Jackfish, and the 9th hitter of the inning will come to the plate. It's Matt Hildebrand. So an RBI double for Porcelato. Dupuis scores.
If we don't get a handle on him, we'll just say thank you to the Baycats.
5-3 Welland.
There you go, something like that, yeah. That sounds like a plan.
Kahn to Hildebrand. Swing and a miss. Hildebrand was hit by a pitch and struck out.
We're getting the jumbotron.
Hildebrand was 1 for 2 yesterday's 6-2 win over the Baycats. 4th inning, 2 outs. Pitch from Kahn. Foul tip, and it's 0-2.
What the heck happened there? All this dust from the wheels here.
Adam Kahn trying to put this nightmarish 4th inning to an end. No balls, 2 strikes. Jackfish with 5 runs in the inning already. Checks the runner. Here's the 0-2. Pitch is low, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Mateo Porcelato at second base, driving in Tyler Dupuis, Welland's 5th run in this 4th inning. from the set position, Adam Kahn. The 1-2 pitch. High and deep to right field. Anderson back, looks up, and that one is long gone. No, it's foul. Fouled off. I thought that one might stay fair. It was clearly signaled foul by the first base umpire. Boy, if he had straightened that one out, that would have been on another diamond. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kahn gets another chance here. Down the line foul. The count holds at 1-2.
83 viewers.
Adam Kahn, excuse me. The right-hander looks on the runner. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And it's fouled into the glove, strike 3. And that will do it. The Jackfish are retired, but not before they score 5 and turn a 3-0 deficit into a 5-3 lead. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. You're watching Baycats TV and Rogers TV. Ben Davey with you in the bottom of the 4th inning. It's the Barrie Baycats trailing the Welland Jackfish by a score of 5-3. James Anderson comes to the plate along with Marcella Cass and Owen Jansen to follow.
Our first 2 Junior Baycats winners are Brady Ari and Avelina D. Tomas. Congratulations. Leading off the inning for Barrie Baycats, right fielder number 34, James Anderson.
Anderson, Lacasse, and Jansen up here for the Baycats as they will try to come from behind now, trailing 5-3 in this ball game. Anderson jams that one foul over to the left side. Anderson, born and raised here in Barrie, went to school in the U.S. for 7.5 years. Played Division II ball in Arkansas for Harding University. 1-2. Change up high, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Anderson 0 for 1 tonight. Rich Corrente. This is on that offering, and it's 3-2. We mentioned the 6-2 Jackfish win in Welland last night. They won't see each other again for over a month. Saturday, July 16th will be the next matchup at Welland Stadium, 2:05 start. Anderson leads the inning off with a walk, and he's aboard for Marcel Lacasse.
Number 13, Marcel Lacasse.
First walk of the game offered up by Rich Corrente. 3 of the Baycats' final 7 games of the season will be against the Welland Jackfish. Anderson with a good lead at first. He does not go. The pitch is hit on the ground, foul. Corrente made 5 appearances for the Jackfish last season. 4 of them starts. Anderson stays put, broken bat. Anderson had to hold up with a flying piece of lumber in front of him. He's in safely to second as Lacasse gets thrown out 4-3. Well, that bat shattered into about 8 splinters.
14, Owen Jackson.
And all hands on deck to pick up the fragments of that bat off the infield. Steven Solder out there to help out. Looks like they got them all. Boy, that's a dangerous moment, and not only for the pitcher, but for the base runner, in that case, James Anderson. The portion of that bat flaring right in front of him. This one hits a second. Porticello goes across to first in time for the out. And the runner advances, so Anderson now finds himself at third base, but with 2 out.
Shortstop number 3, Carson Burns.
Carson Burns got it going for the Baycats in the bottom of the third. Led off the inning with a single, scored a run. It'd be Barrie's second run of the night. Baycats were able to build a 3-0 lead, but unable to keep it intact. It unraveled in a hurry off Marshall Leishman in the top of the 4th inning. Called strike to Burns. Lacasse fouls that off at home plate. Lacasse hit .273 in 25 games for the Baycats last season. No balls, 2 strikes to Marcel Lacasse. Rich Corrente stares in for the sign, now comes set. Here's the pitch. First base. Easy play for Hogan Brown, and down go the Baycats in the bottom of the 4th inning. We go to the top of the 5th. It's Welland 5, Barrie 3. You're watching Baycats TV, and then Barrie on Rogers TV. BarrieToday.com. Local news, weather, Baycat scores, and more. BarrieToday.com. Your community, your news. The Canadian Brewhouse is a one-of-a-kind Canadian-themed sports bar. Stop by and enjoy live sports action and an extensive menu with amazing food and drink specials. Just off the 400 at Park Place in Barrie. Join the Canadian Brewhouse after the game.
I'm Christina De Palma, and whether you're looking for help with small claims court, a problem with your tenant, a traffic ticket, a notary, or looking for mediation, De Palma & Associate Legal Services can help. Know the rules, know your rights, solid advice.
Fifth inning is brought to you by ETEL Paving for all your residential, commercial, and industrial paving needs, providing quality service for over 37 years because you deserve the best. And it's 5-3 Jackfish here in Barrie. Welland coming off a 6-2 win over the Baycats at Welland Stadium yesterday, looking to make it a perfect 2-2 both ends of this home-and-home weekend. Bottom third of the order due up for the Jackfish: Ethan Hunt, Hogan Brown, and Chris Tenney. And it was the bottom third of the order that got that fourth inning started, and this one hit to the right side into right field. It's going to be extra bases. Ball mishandled by Anderson, picks it up, and on the third attempt he's finally able to get the ball in. It's a leadoff double for Ethan Hunt.
First baseman, number 24, Hogan Brown.
Boy, don't be deceived by this bottom third of the Welland batting order. They got it going in the fourth, and it was Ethan Hunt with a leadoff single. He would score the first run of the inning, the first of 5 that the Jackfish would get in that fourth. Lots of offense coming out of this bottom third of the order here tonight. Hogan Brown had an RBI triple in that inning. He's the number 8 hitter. Swing and a miss by Brown. Adam Kahn came on in relief of Marshall Leishman, who faced 4 batters in that fourth inning before getting the hook. As the Baycats watched a 3-0 lead unravel. Swing and a miss, strike 2. 5 runs, 7 hits. Make that 8 now for the Jackfish. And it could be worse. They've stranded 7 runners tonight. They left the bases loaded in the second and the bases loaded in the third. So a 5-3 lead. Barrie still very much in this ball game, but it could be out of control at this point. Strike 3. Kahn with a nice job changing speeds. Down goes Brown. There's 1 out in the inning.
Left fielder, number 20, Chris Tenney.
Chris Tenney making his Jackfish debut tonight. A strikeout, singled, and scored a run. Stole a base in that 5-run fourth as well. First pitch from Kahn. Hit hard, right side. Nice glove play by Odd. Throw to second. Not in time. But what a catch by Odd. Quick reflexes. Throws the leather up and brings it down.
Center fielder, number 11, Gianfranco Morello.
So a great defensive play by Odd. 2 out in the inning for Gio Morello. Hunt at second, 2 out in the inning. We're in the top of the 5th. Jackfish looking to add to a 5-3 lead. Gianfranco Morello takes the pitch, ball 1. Morello turned 27 earlier this month. Toronto native, former Brantford Red Sox, broke into the IBL with the Sox in 2019. His first season in Welland here in 2022. And it's a 2-0 count. Last year for the Red Sox, Morello hit .346. 28 games for Brantford. 2-0 from Kahn. Gets the curveball over for a strike. It's 2-1. Morello in 2 for 4 yesterday against the Baycats. He's got the average at .281 this season. On to Morello, and the pitch is high and away, 3-1. Five runs, 8 hits for the Jackfish, 3 runs, 4 hits for the Baycats. Barrie with a 4-game losing streak coming into tonight after starting the season at 4-0. Jackfish not making it easy for them to snap that streak this weekend. Here's the 3-1 from Kahn. Ball 4. Morello tosses the bat away, and there's 2 on with 2 out for Tyler Dupuis.
Shortstop number 6, Tyler Dupuis.
Fourth at bat of the game for Dupuis. He's 1 for 3 tonight. A 4-0 start for the Baycats. Wins over Toronto, Hamilton, Kitchener, and Guelph. And a reverse image with 4 straight losses now to London, Hamilton, Toronto, and last night to Welland. And trying to avoid back-to-back losses to Welland here this evening. Well, you can tell it's Sunday night with the loud cars on Highway 26. This one hits a right center field, and it'll drop, and it will be extra bases. The ball goes all the way to the wall. 2 runners are going to score. Hunt is in, as is Morello, and that is an RBI triple for Tyler Dupuis. And it's a 7-3 Jackfish lead.
Right fielder is number 13, Brandon Nicholson.
Welland absolutely pouring it on here at Vintage Throne Stadium tonight. A 4-run lead now, still just 2 out here in the 5th, and Brandon Nicholson try to keep this inning going. Dupuis at third, driving in a pair. So 5 runs for the Jackfish in the 4th, 2 now in the 5th, after trailing 3-0 in this ball game. Swing and a miss. Kahn's pitch in the dirt, blocked by Lacasse. Runner stays put. That's Dupuis at third. This Jackfish team, you look at the lineup, and they're not going to give you any easy outs here anywhere. We talked about the bottom third of the order really factoring into the scoring here tonight. High fly ball, right center field. Anderson and Wilson come together, and it'll be Anderson taking it as he comes sprinting in and makes the catch for the 3rd out of the inning. Jackfish score 2 more. It's 7-3 Welland as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. You're watching Baycats TV and in Barrie on Rogers TV.
Fans, you can stay in touch with the Baycats on social media from wherever you are. You can follow the Baycats on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter for all news, scores, and updates throughout the season. Follow the team at Barrie Baycats on Instagram, at IBL Baycats on Twitter, and search Barrie Baycats on Facebook. Hashtag #RollCats.
Three earned runs in 4 innings of work for Rich Corrente, and the Welland Jackfish left-hander will get a fist tap from the 3rd baseman Ethan Hurst and get ready to take on the top of the Baycat order here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Jake Wilson, Roy Sando, and Noel McGarry Doyle due up here for Barrie. And some work to do as they trail by 4. Barrie built a nice 3-0 lead early in this ball game. Welland now with 7 unearned runs. Wilson first pitch swinging, and he drives that into the gap. It's going to be extra bases. Wilson rounds first. The ball picked up by Morello, the throw in, and it's a stand-up double for Jake Wilson to get the bottom of the 5th going for the Baycats.
Second baseman, number 7, Royce Endo.
Wilson's first hit of the ball game, and Endo will bat with a man on, and nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Just the 5th hit of the ball game for the Baycats. 3 runs on 5 hits. Welland was 7 on 9 hits, and the Jackfish, as mentioned, have stranded 8 base runners. So Barrie, in many regards, fortunate to only be down 4 in this game. Welland leaving the bases loaded in both the 2nd and the 3rd tonight. First pitch swinging, and Ando drives that into left field. That's a base hit. Rounding third is Jake Wilson, and he'll come in without a throw. An RBI single for Royce Ando. It's a 7-4 ball game.
Left fielder, number 95, Noel McGarry-Doyle.
And this is a Baycat lineup when it's firing on all cylinders. They can do some damage of their own offensively. And still plenty of baseball to go here. We're in the bottom of the 5th, and the Baycats making this a 3-run ball game. For the conference on the mound is Rich Corrente. Will talk to his third baseman and his catcher. Noel McGarry-Doyle, the left fielder. He's hit by a pitch, stole a base, and scored a run in the 3rd inning. He's 0 for 1 this evening. First pitch from Corrente. Hit on the ground, double play ball. Second to short to first, not nearly in time. The throw over the head of Hogan Brown. So it was a double play ball, but with the speed of Noel McGarry-Doyle, no double play is certain. And that was the case there, as shortstop Tyler Dupuis had no chance to get McGarry-Doyle at first. Made the throw anyway, and it was a high one. McGarry-Doyle gets to second base. So Ando retired 4-6. The high throw by Dupuis, allowing McGarry-Doyle to advance to second base. Ryan Rio 2 for 2 today. Pair of singles, pair of RBIs. Typical Ryan Rio night at the plate. And he gets ahead in the count 1-0.
That was an error bet on the throw from the shortstop.
An error given to Tyler Dupuis on the high throw. The Welland's first error of the ball game. Called strike. Rio not happy about that, and neither are the fans. It looked to be certainly outside, if not high and outside. James Lyles calling that a strike, and he's been generous with the strike zone for pitchers both ways tonight. In that case, it worked against Rio. Runner goes, and the hit and run is on. It's picked up by Porcelletto. The throw to first is in time. Rio retired, 2 out in the inning, and here comes Adam Odd. Odd tonight 0 for 2. First pitch swinging, hits this to right field, and that will drop fair down the line, all the way to the wall. Noel McGarry-Doyle scores easily. It's an RBI double for Adam Odd. And now the Baycats starting to finally get to Rich Corrente here in the 5th inning.
Right fielder, number 34, James Anderson.
Some action in the Welland bullpen, and we'll see if this is the end of the line for Rich Corrente. He's done a nice job getting to the 5th inning, and it looks like they're going to go to the bullpen. So Corrente's night comes to an end as the Jackfish will bring in their second pitcher of the ball game. It's a 7-5 Welland lead in the bottom of the 5th. We'll be back with more when we return. You're watching Baycats TV and in Barrie on Rogers TV.
Now pitching for the Welland Jackfish, number 1, Michael Bonacorso.
James Anderson strides to the plate to face right-hander Michael Bonacorso. The Mississauga native stands 5'10", 195 pounds. Worked an inning of relief in Guelph, that 9-5 loss. He allowed a hit but no runs, and he will make his second appearance of the season. An alumni of St. Peter's University. 22 years old. And he'll face James Anderson here with 2 out in the 5th. Bonacorso checks the runner and the first pitch. Gets the called strike. Bonacorso made 6 relief appearances for the Jackfish last season. No record and a 1.08 ERA. High fastball makes it 1-1. 2 runs for the Baycats so far in the 5th. Came into the inning trailing 7-3. It's now 7-5. Welland. Runner at second. That's odd. Drove in McGarry Doyle with a double. And the count is 2-1 to James Anderson. Anderson went 1 for 4 in the 6-2 loss to Welland yesterday. 2-1 pitch to him. Got a piece. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Michael Bonacorso hoping to end the Barrie threat right here with a 2-2 pitch on the ground, right up the middle. And a backhand play by the second baseman. Porticello the throw over, and it gets by. And that'll allow another run to score. Anderson brings home a run. A nice play by Mateo Porticello, but he threw the ball in the ground. And he will get an error on that. That'll be an unearned run. So Odd scores the 3rd run of the inning. It's now 7-6 Welland. Baycats chipping away at this 4-run deficit. They'd love to tie it up here, if not get more, and just keep this inning going. Marcel Lacasse, first pitch swinging. Pop up on the infield left side. It'll be the shortstop calling off the third baseman. Tyler Dupuis puts it away for the out. So down go the Baycats, but not before they score 3, and it's 7-6 Welland through 5 here at Vintage Throne Stadium. You're watching Baycats TV and in Barrie on Rogers TV.
And you got some more prize tickets to give away from the ticket on the front of your program. We have a food voucher. The ticket number is 8435270. That's 8435270. We've also got a Hardwood Hill bike pass. That's 8435338.
BarrieToday.com. Local news, weather, Baycat scores, and more. BarrieToday.com. Your community, your news. The Canadian Brewhouse is a one-of-a-kind Canadian-themed sports bar. Stop by and enjoy live sports action and an extensive menu with amazing food and drink specials. Just off the 400 at Park Place in Barrie. Join the Canadian Brewhouse after the game.
I'm Christina De Palma, and whether you're looking for help with small claims court, a problem with your tenant, a traffic ticket, a notary, or looking for mediation, De Palma & Associate Legal Services can help. Know the rules, know your rights, solid advice.
The same thing is brought to you by the Canadian Brewhouse. Our house is your house.
Back live at Vintage Throne Stadium in Springwater. It's a 7-6 Welland lead over the Barrie Baycats. My name is Ben Davey, along with our producer Brian Backlund and our media coordinator Patrick Melbourne, who's up in the public address announcers booth tonight, filling in for Rob Daniels. Nice to have you along with us here on Baycats TV. We welcome Welland viewers as well on our YouTube page, and of course Barrie viewers locally here on Rogers TV. First pitch popped up. And a nice catch by Adam Odd on the warning track for the first out of the inning. Off of Sam Cocker. Mateo Porcelato will bat now. And Matt Hildebrandt to follow. Our sixth inning is brought to you by the Canadian Brewhouse. Our house is your house. 7 runs, 9 hits for the Jackfish. 2 errors, they've stranded 8. 6 runs, 8 hits for the Baycats. 1 error, they've stranded 4. Swing and a miss by Porcelato. 1 for 3 this evening. And a called strike. Evan Souls on the hill for the Baycats. Third pitcher for Barrie tonight. 19-year-old Stainer native. Making his 5th appearance of the season. Working quickly. 0-2. Swung on and missed. And a little jump by Souls on the mound there as he rings him up.
Number 39, Matt Hildebrandt.
Well, Souls has looked really, really good on the mound so far this season for the Baycats. 7 strikeouts, 5 walks. Coming into tonight, his 5th appearance, as I mentioned, all of them in relief. An ERA of just 3. Second year with the Baycats, he put together a 2.40 ERA through 9 appearances last year for Barrie. A high pop-up off of the Mascus Lacasse, looks up, and it's out of his reach. I just caught my first ball of the season. Well, I didn't really catch it, I picked it up.
Nice catch, Ben.
And they said we couldn't catch foul balls up here in the broadcast booth. I got to be honest, though, it wasn't a catch. It was a grab. 2 balls and a strike. That one's up at the eyes. 3 balls, 1 strike to Matt Hildebrandt. Evan Souls with the 3-1. Here it comes. High fly ball. Right side. Anderson with a couple of steps in. Makes the catch. And that will do it as the Jackfish go 3 up, 3 down for the second time tonight. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's a 7-6 lead. You're watching Baycats TV and in Barrie on Rogers TV.
Fans, Baycats Shop is your one-stop shop for all things Barrie Baycats. From jerseys, hoodies, t-shirts, hats, and fan gear, Baycats Shop has it all. Visit shopbaycats.com today and follow us on Instagram at shopbaycats.
Here come the Baycats at the bottom of the 6th inning. Owen Jansen, Carson Burns, Jake Wilson. All due up here for Barrie in the 6th. First pitch swinging. Backhanded by the first baseman, Brown. Over to the leaping pitcher who makes the catch and steps on the bag for the out.
Shortstop number 3, Carson Burns.
Carson Burns is 1 for 2 tonight, 3rd plate appearance of the game. First pitch strike by Michael Bonacorso. Bottom of the 6th inning is brought to you by Baycats Shop. Fans, Baycats Shop is your one-stop shop for all things Baycats. From jerseys, hoodies, t-shirts, hats, and fan gear, Baycats Shop has it all. Visit baycatshop.com today or follow on Instagram at ShopBaycats. 2 balls, 1 strike here to Carson Burns.
I have a scorebook where they expect you to put down the count for every at bat, and that is just so far.
In the infield, Porcelato. Oh, and the ball is, sorry, that was Ethan Hurst who came over and just couldn't make the catch. Routine pop-up. An error on Hurst. He'd come a long way, all the way over from 3rd base to take that in the middle part of the infield, but wasn't able to make the catch. Second baseman and the shortstop were both standing there as well. Not sure if there was some miscommunication, but he ended up making the attempt, and I think it might have even caromed off his glove. Either way, it's an error, and the Baycats have a runner on here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Michael Bonacorso working to Jake Wilson here with a runner going. Pitch is low and in. No throw attempted by Sam Cocker. Burns steals that one cleanly. Breaking pitch low, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Bonacorso checks the runner, the leg kick, the 2-1, and it's hit to left center field. Running over and making the catch is Chris Tanney. Runner stays put, 2 out in the inning.
Second baseman, number 7, Royce Endo.
Royce Ando tonight has reached base twice. Bonacorso with the first pitch. And it's called strike, 0-1. Oh, to Ando, and that's in the dirt, blocked by Cocker. Royce Ando trying to keep this inning going. Here's the pitch, popped up. Throws the mask away, and he makes the catch. Third out of the inning, and the Baycats unable to score, so the score remains 7-6 Welland through 6. You're watching Baycats TV and in Barrie on Rogers TV. Visit Alliance Billiards and Sports in the northeast end of Barrie. A fun, friendly family environment offering pool, darts, karaoke, and live entertainment. Enjoy a large variety of delicious food and drinks on the patio. You'll come as a stranger and leave as a friend. Revive MD Medical and Aesthetic Clinic, privately owned by Dr. Marina Bechet, a one-of-a-kind clinic that covers a variety of medical and cosmetic concerns. Visit 411 Bayfield Street, Unit B12 in Barrie, or revivemedspa.ca.
Hilliard. Now batting for the Welland Jackfish, number 25, Ethan Hunt.
Seventh inning is brought to you by Firehouse Subs Barrie and Aurelia. Only top quality, freshly sliced meats and cheeses piled high on toasty hot rolls. Buy subs, save lives. And Brandon Hillier will be the Baycats' fourth pitcher of the night. He inherits a one-run deficit, 7-6 Welland here in the top of the seventh inning. Baycats looking to come from behind to put an end to their four-game losing streak. Ethan Hunt, Hogan Brown, Chris Tanny, bottom third of the order here for the Jackfish. Hunt has reached base twice tonight. Hits a high fly ball, deep left center field. It'll be Wilson over to take it. One down in the inning. Hogan Brown had a huge triple in the fourth inning, part of a 5-run Welland fourth. Scored a run as well. And he'll come to the plate for the fourth time this evening. Hillier gets ahead in the count, 0-1. Swing and a miss, strike two. Hillier, 27 years old, native of Orangeville. Once played for this franchise as a member of the Burlington Bandits and the Burlington Herd. Pitches high, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hillier spent 4 seasons playing for the Burlington iteration of this franchise before they became the Jackfish. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 outs for the Jackfish in the 7th.
Left fielder, number 20, Chris Tanny.
This is Hillier's 3rd season with the Barrie Baycats. Last year went 0-2 with a 5.40 ERA and 6 relief appearances. Had 2 playoff relief appearances for Barrie last season as well. Tanny first pitch swinging. He's making his Jackfish debut here tonight. He's 1 for 3. Singled and scored a run in the 5-run fourth. Baycats 4 wins, 4 losses. Jackfish 7 wins and a loss. Their lone loss to the Guelph Royals. And an impressive tidbit to the start for the Jackfish season is the fact that other than Guelph, they've beaten every team in the IBL already. Just 8 games into their season, including these Barrie Baycats here in Welland last night. 0-2 to Chris Tanny. A high, shallow fly ball. Jake Wilson with the easy grab. And the Jackfish go 3 up, 3 down in consecutive innings. So after scoring 5 in the 4th and 2 in the 5th, 7 straight Jackfish outs here as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Stretch time at Vintage Throne Stadium. You're watching Baycats TV and in Barrie on Rogers TV. Bottom of the 7th inning, brought to you by BarrieBaycats.com. Fans, Baycats tickets are now available for every single game at Vintage Throne Stadium this season. Head to BarrieBaycats.com/tickets to buy online or find a location close to you to find deals today. Wyatt Hummel will be the Jackfish's third pitcher of the night. He comes on in relief of Michael Bonacorso, who got the ball earlier from starter Rich Corrente. And Noel McGarry Doyle, first pitch swinging, fouls it off. Seven runs, 9 hits for the Jackfish, 6 runs, 8 hits for the Baycats. Inside, McGarry Doyle takes that one 1-1. McGarry Doyle has reached base twice tonight. He has scored 2 runs. 4th plate appearance tonight for the Baycat left fielder. Wyatt Hummel, winding, and the pitch swung on and missed. Comes at him with a fastball. It's 1-2. Wyatt Hummel, 27 years old. He's a Westerner hailing out of Edmonton, Alberta. 6-foot-tall right-hander. First season of the year in the first season in the IBL this year. He's got a 1-0 record and a 4.76 ERA. This is his 4th appearance of the year, 3 of them in relief. Got a couple innings of relief work in that 14-1 win over Kitchener on June 2nd. Now time is called, and McGarry Doyle will step out, do a couple of stretches, and settle in for this 2-2 count against Wyatt Hummel. The pitch. Breaking ball just misses, and the count is full, 3-2. Baycats trying to come from behind to take the home half of this home-and-home series with the Jackfish this weekend. 3-2. Inside ball 4. McGarry Doyle tosses away the bat, and he is on the bases for the 3rd time tonight.
Let's see some here, Ryan. Let's go. Designated hitter number 27, Ryan Rio.
Ryan Rio has had 3 productive at-bats tonight. 2 singles, 2 RBIs, and he moved a runner up with a ground ball in the 5th inning.
Home, baby, let's go!
Noel McGarry Doyle had 9 stolen bases last season for the Baycats in just 16 games. So 1 less than Jake Wilson, who led the team, but in 13 fewer games. So on a steals per game ratio, McGarry Doyle would have been the leader. And there he goes, first pitch, high, throw down, the slide, he's in! Both these teams showing some aggressive speed on the bases tonight. McGarry Doyle gets himself into scoring position with nobody out in the bottom of the 7th. And a quick chat on the mound as Sam Cocker comes out to talk to his right-hander. Runner at second base, and nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. 7-6 Welland. Hummel checks the runner, the pitch. Fouled off the screen. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Baycats led 3-0 early in this ball game. Jackfish scoring 5 in the 4th, adding 2 in the 5th to turn a 3-0 deficit into a 7-3 lead. Baycats with a 3-run bottom of the 5th to get back in this ball game, make it 7-6. Hummel to Rio. Outside a ball, 2-1. Baycats won 2 games over Welland last year in the first round of the playoffs to advance to round 2 in the pandemic shortened season. 2-1 on the way. Fly ball deep to left field. Tanny comes over. He's got a read on it, makes the catch, and it drops. The ball was in his glove and it came out. The slide and out at third is Noel McGarry Doyle. Boy, he had to be careful. He had to hold up, thinking that ball would have been caught by Tanny. And when he saw that he didn't make the catch, he decided to take the gamble. And credit Tanny for making a laser of a throw to third base to get Noel McGarry Doyle.
First baseman number 26, Adam on.
So Rio reaches. And there's one out of the inning. Rio now at first base for Adam Odd. Great job by Tanny, not giving up on that ball and having the presence of mind to get it in a hurry. Made a great throw. It takes a lot to get Noel McGarry Doyle. Him and Jake Wilson, the two roadrunners on this Baycat team. 1-0 the count to Adam Odd. Rio at first, 1 out. Odd holds his swing and it's 2-0. James Anderson, the right fielder, is on deck. Baycats trailing by a run here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Swing and a miss. Odd chases and it's 2-1. Nice crowd here at Vintage Throne Stadium tonight on this first of 4 Sunday night baseball games here this season. 7 o'clock starts. We're coming out to a Sunday night game this summer. And we'll have the Guelph Royals here on Sunday night next weekend. A high pop-up infield, left side. And the catch is made by Ethan Hurst. 2 outs now for James Anderson.
Let's go 3-4, let's see some. Right fielder number 34, James Anderson.
Baycats now just with 1 hit, less than Welland. 9-8 the hits in favor of the Jackfish, 7-6 the score. Welland has made 3 errors tonight. 4 including that one earlier in this inning. Anderson up there, first pitch swinging, strike 1.
7-9-4-6-8-1.
Wyatt Hummel, Welland's third pitcher of the night. Rich Carente, the starter, earlier in this game. And now time is called as Anderson steps out. 7-6 Welland lead, but the Baycats fortunate to only be down by a run as the Jackfish left the bases loaded in both the second and third innings tonight. 2 out in the inning. Pitch to Anderson, and it's inside. Count 1-1. Sitting started with a walk to Noel McGarry Doyle. He stole second, then was thrown out trying to take third on a drop fly ball by Chris Tanny. Rio reached base safely. Adam Odd popped up, and 2 outs now for James Anderson. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fouled it back, and the count is 1-2. We're looking at the end of the Baycats 2022 regular season. We mentioned this earlier. 3 of the Baycats' final 7 games of the season will be against the Welland Jackfish. So these teams get a little bit of a break from each other. And then 3 matchups as the season ends. And a called strike 3 to Anderson gets the Jackfish off the field in the bottom of the 7th inning. Welland still up by a run as we go to the top of the 8th. You're watching Baycats TV and in Barrie on Rogers TV.
One error, 1 left on base. Congratulations to Mark and Barrie on winning our 50-50 draw tonight. We've also got some more winners. Our final 2 senior Baycats winners are Phoenix Green and Tyler Owens. We've also got 3 more prizes.
Visit Alliance Billiards and Sports in the northeast end of Barrie. A fun, friendly family environment offering pool, darts, karaoke, and live entertainment. Enjoy a large variety of delicious food and drinks on the patio. You'll come as a stranger and leave as a friend. Revive MD Medical and Aesthetic Clinic, privately owned by Dr. Marina Bachet, a one-of-a-kind clinic that covers a variety of medical and cosmetic concerns. Visit 411 Bayfield Street, Unit B12 in Barrie, or revivemedspa.ca. We go to the top of the 8th inning here at Vintage Throne Stadium with the Welland Jackfish on top by a score of 7-6. I'm Ben Davey.
Leading off in the inning, center fielder, number 11, Gianfranco Morello.
Mr. Lawn Care and Landscaping brings us our 8th inning, servicing Simcoe County for all your landscaping needs. And Chris Cox will be Josh Matlow's 5th pitcher of the night. A 33-year-old right-hander, stands 6'1", 215 pounds. Hails from St. George, Ontario. St. George halfway between Brantford and Cambridge. Former Toronto Maple Leaf and Brantford Red Sox before joining the Barrie Baycats last season. And a strike to start off, Gio Morello. Morello, Dupuis, and Nicholson top of the order here for the Jackfish in this 8th inning, looking to add to their one-run lead, 7-6 here. Pitch is fouled away, and it's no balls and 2 strikes. Cox last pitched May 29th in Hamilton, a 4-2 loss. Got the loss in that game, 1 inning of work, but he allowed 3 earned runs. So this will be a bounce-back appearance for him. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Down goes Morello.
Shortstop number 6, Tyler Dupuis.
Just the second time Gio Morello has been retired tonight. And Chris Cox starts the inning off with a strikeout. Tyler Dupuis enjoying a 2-for-4 evening tonight, comes to the plate for the Jackfish. Fouls it off at home plate, strike 1. Two strikeouts, 2 walks for Cox so far this season. Love to get that ERA down as 13.5.
We're at 84 at the moment. We hit 100 at one point.
Just 2 innings of relief work for Josh Matlow so far this season. He'll be one of those key arms in the bullpen for the Baycats, I'm sure, as the season unfolds. Marshall Leishman, tonight's starter, couldn't get out of the 4th inning. Turned it over to Adam Kahn, Evan Sewells, Brandon Hillier, and now Chris Cox, the 5th pitcher for Barrie tonight. Called strike 3 as he drops the breaking ball in. 2 quick outs here in the 8th. Back-to-back strikeouts, Morello and Dupuis. And this is exactly what the Baycats wanted to see from Chris Cox. Doubles his season strikeout total in 2 batters. Brandon Nicholson, the right fielder now. 0 for 4 tonight. Cox starts him off with a strike. The 33-year-old comes at him with a fastball, and it's a fly ball. Right field, Anderson running over, and it drops in front of him. So it's a base hit for Brandon Nicholson. Anderson had to come over to his left, just did not have enough time to get there. And Sam Cocker gets an at bat here with 1 on and 2 out. Cocker with a pair of walks and 2 strikeouts. Cocker's average 407 coming into the game tonight. First pitch swinging, fouls it away. This is the 5th Baycat pitcher of the game. Welland's bullpen, though, is the one that's by far the more rested of the 2. All arms are available down there with Jake Harford throwing 9 innings. A complete game yesterday for the Jackfish. They did not have to go to the bullpen in that 6-2 win at home yesterday. Baycats used both Hillier and Souls, both of whom have been used in this ball game as well. Juan Benitez, the starter and loser in that game in Welland yesterday. But he went deep, 6 2/3 innings, 4 earned runs, 6 hits. Hard fastball in the dirt, and it goes all the way back to the backstop, and moving up 90 feet is Nicholson. Wild pitch to Cox. And Cocker has a 2-1 count.
Shake it off, 2-3, 1 more.
Chris Cox from the belt, checks the runner. Deals the 2-1, and it's high. Count 3 balls, 1 strike. Jackfish looking to add to this 7-6 lead. They've been quiet since the 5th. 9 Jackfish were retired leading up to that hit by Nicholson. Ball 4, and now 2 on with 2 out in the 8th.
Second baseman, number 10, Mateo Portolano.
Souls, Hillier, and Cox together had retired 9 Jackfish in a row. And that is not easy to do against this lineup. And now Cox in a little bit of trouble here with 2 on and 2 out in the inning. Nicholson at second, Cocker at first, runner goes. And into third without a throw is Nicholson. That puts runners in the corners. And we'll see if Cocker goes down. He has speed. 2 out in the inning, though. Gutsy move by the Jackfish. High and outside. 2 balls, no strikes. This is Mateo Portolato. 2 strikeouts tonight. Hit a big double in the 4th inning. Runners stay put. It's a called strike, 2-1. 10 Welland hits tonight, 7 runs, 8 hits for the Baycats. They've scored 6. Stranded runners, a big problem for Welland here tonight. Runner goes, and no throw. Cocker takes that uncontested. And that's the aggressiveness of the Jackfish on the bases. They've done it all season, and we've seen it again tonight. Nicholson stealing third created a situation where Cocker could steal second. Lacasse not confident enough to make that throw down with a runner at third base. And now a base on balls to Portolato will load them up for the DH. Big at bat coming up here as Matt Hildebrandt will come to the plate with the bases loaded and 2 out. Hildebrandt was 1 for 2 yesterday against the Baycats. 286 average coming into this ball game tonight. Baycats with a couple of righties, it looks like, in the bullpen. One of which is throwing. A little bit of movement in the Welland bullpen too, but nobody actively throwing at the moment. 7-6 Jackfish, bases loaded, bottom of the 8th. Chris Cox in a jam. And a weak flare to left field. It's McGarry Doyle over, and he makes the catch, and that will do it. For the third time tonight, the Jackfish leave. The base is loaded, and Chris Cox gets them off the field. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Baycats trailing by a run. You're watching Baycats TV, and in Barrie on Rogers TV. Bottom of the 8th inning, I'm Ben Davey. Patrick Melbourne on the public address mic at the stadium here tonight. Brian Backman, our producer, and the rest of our crew bringing you tonight's ball game on a beautiful night here at Vintage Throne Stadium. With the Baycats in danger of their losing streak reaching 5 games. They're trailing 7-6 to the Welland Jackfish. Best team in the Intercounty Baseball League so far this season with a 7-1 record. And they're up 7-6 here tonight over the Barrie Baycats. Bottom of the 8th is brought to you by BarrieBaycats.com. Fans, the newly redesigned BarrieBaycats.com features more highlights, more game day info, and more about your team. Head to BarrieBaycats.com now to get the whole game day experience. Marcella Casso and Jansen Carson Burns up for the Baycats. Hit on the ground and through into left field. It's a base hit. Chris Boato is into the game now for the Jackfish, Welland's 4th pitcher of the night. '28-year-old native of Maple, just down Highway 400 from us. Showing bunt and pulling it back is Jansen. Jansen batting with a man on and nobody out here in the 8th inning. Tying run at first base. Boato, the left-hander, facing Jansen, the left-hander. Runner leads. Does not go. And that ball misses, 2-0. Fans here in Barrie may remember Chris Boato's complete game on August 10th last summer, an 8-2 Jackfish win. Boato loves pitching against the Baycats. That night allowed just 2 runs and 1 earned run in 9 innings of work, picking up the win in an 8-2 game. Swing and a miss. Boato pitched 10 innings on July 19th in Hamilton. A 4-3 loss. Boato with a no decision, allowing just 3 runs on 11 hits in 10 innings of work. 10 innings. Don't see those days in baseball very often anymore, even in the Intercounty Baseball League. Boato in a relief appearance here. Hoping to bridge this thing over to the 9th. Owen Jansen 0 for 3 tonight. 2 balls, 1 strike. Boato's pitch. Swing and a miss. And the count is even, 2-2. Boato broke into the IBL with the London Majors in the summer of 2017. Joined this franchise with the Burlington Herd a year later. Was in Burlington for their final season there and then made the transition with the Jackfish the following year. Fastball fouled back to the screen, and the count holds at 2-2. Boato, a alumni of Alderson Broadus. Stands 6 foot tall on the mound. The left-hander, Welland's 4th pitcher of the game. Runner at first, that's Lacasse. Nobody out. 2-2 to Owen Jansen. Boato from the belt. Checks the runner, and the 2-2. Got him on the curveball. Jansen 0 for 4 tonight. It brings Carson Burns, the number 9 hitter, up.
Shortstop number 3, Carson Burns.
Burns has reached base twice tonight for the Baycats. Count 1-0. Burns hit .301 in Barrie last season, evolving into one of the IBL's premier shortstops. And he takes the pitch down, 2 balls, no strikes. 7-6 Welland. We're in the bottom of the 8th. 1 on, 1 out. Boato deals. And he gets the called strike, 2-1. Burns thought it was high and inside, maybe both. Boato to Burns. Inside, and the count is 3-1. We've dropped 4 degrees since our game time temperature of 21, down to 17 now here at the stadium. Nice bright crescent moon in the sky above right field. Still some cloud cover, but definitely a chill in the air. The call strike makes it 3-2. Wind has not been a factor at all tonight. The flags limp above the right field scoreboard, but as calm as could possibly be here in Midhurst. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and now a throw over. Marcel Lacasse stole 4 bases last season for the Baycats in 25 games. was caught twice. Not nearly as aggressive as Wilson or McGarry Doyle, but he has speed. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts, Jansen and now Burns. And there's 2 out for Jake Wilson.
Fielder number 15, Jake Wilson.
Jake Wilson, a 2021 IBL first-team All-Star. Off to another sensational start here in the 2022 campaign. Big at bat here with 2 out. First pitch swinging, and he slices it over to the Welland dugout. Some dancing feet over there trying to get out of the way of that one. It was low. Here's the pitch. Hits this one to left field. Back is Tanny, running, dives, and he gets by him! Lacasse getting waved in around third. Wilson is going all the way into third. Lacasse scores. It's an RBI triple for Jake Wilson. We have a 7-7 tie here at Vintage Throne Stadium.
Second baseman, number 7. Way to go, boys! Endo.
Perfectly placed ball by Wilson down the left field line. Tanny made a great effort, came up short, and when the ball got by him, Wilson was thinking triple all the way. Marcel Lacasse had no trouble coming in on that one, and we have a 7-all tie now in the 8th inning. And the first pitch is high to Royce Ando. And that will make Chris Boato the pitcher of record now in this 7-7 ball game. Ando tonight has reached base twice, has an RBI, and scored a run in the first. That one just missed, 2-0. Ando taking all the way, showing some patience here with a runner at third and 2 out. Boato with a full windup. 2-0 pitch is hit up in the air over to the right side. 3 Jackfish converge, and it's caught by the right fielder, Brendan Nicholson. Makes a great effort coming all the way over to catch that ball with Brown and Portulato over there as well. Nicholson calls them off, makes the catch. However, the Baycats come back and tie the game. It's 7-all after 8 here at Vintage Throne Stadium. You're watching Baycats TV and in Barrie on Rogers TV. Visit Alliance Billiards and Sports in the northeast end of Barrie. A fun, friendly family environment offering pool, darts, karaoke, and live entertainment. Enjoy a large variety of delicious food and drinks on the patio. You'll come as a stranger and leave as a friend. Revive MD Medical and Aesthetic Clinic, privately owned by Dr. Marina Bachet, a one-of-a-kind clinic that covers a variety of medical and cosmetic concerns. Visit 411 Bayfield Street, Unit B12 in Barrie or revivemedspa.ca.
Leading off for the Jackfish, third baseman number 25, Ethan Hunt.
Back live at Vintage Throne Stadium at the top of the ninth inning, and the Barrie Baycats and the Welland Jackfish are now tied at 7. And Welland brings the bottom third of the order to the plate. Ethan Hunt, Logan Brown, and Chris Tenney all due up here for the Jackfish in the ninth inning. Our ninth is brought to you by Mr. Lawn Care and Landscaping, servicing Simcoe County for all your landscaping needs. And it'll be the bearded and burly right-hander Brad Grieveson, 41-year-old native of Creemore, coming in to work the ninth inning for the Barrie Baycats. His second stint as a pitcher for this team, returned to the mound for the first time since 2005 last year, and has been used by Josh Matlow most recently in the late innings. 2-0 record and a 2.25 ERA coming into this ball game here tonight. He has one save and has been used often in save situations, in this case a tie ball game in the ninth. Looking for 3 key outs here to get Barrie up in the bottom of the inning with a chance to win. This one on the ground, and it's over the head of Carson Burns. He had no chance at that, over his glove. It took a high hop right in front of him. And it's into the outfield for a base hit.
First baseman number 24, Hogan Brown.
Normal hop, that would have been an easy grab, but it came up higher on that final bounce. And Hunt is aboard for the fourth time tonight. Hogan Brown, the first baseman, out of the plate. We'll see if Hogan can be a hero here in the ninth inning for Welland. Bottom third of the order has been very effective for the Jackfish this evening. They got things going in the fourth inning. Welland scored 5 runs, and it started with Ethan Hunt. Hunt, Brown, Tanney, Morello, Dupuis all reached base. 5 consecutive Jackfish in that fourth inning to knock starter Marshall Leishman out of this ball game. Leishman had left the bases loaded in the second and third. Got out of those jams both innings. Could not get out of the fourth. Thought maybe that ball hit him, but it looks like it didn't. To the count is 1 ball, 1 strike. Grieveson to Brown. Bunt. Back to Grieveson. Fields it cleanly. Makes the throw in time for the out. Brad Grieveson knows how to field those, and that was an easy play to first. But an important base runner advances 90 feet, and that is exactly what Brown wanted to do in that situation. So the sacrifice moves Hunt to second, and now Tanney, the number 9 hitter, with a runner in scoring position. 7-7 tie. Second game of this home-and-home series between the Jackfish and the Baycats. As mentioned, Grieveson, a member of the championship team in 2005, the first Baycats championship. Barrie came into the IBL in 2001. That was one season after this Welland franchise launched in St. Thomas in 2000. Baycats with 7 IBL championships in their 20-year history. This Welland franchise still looking for their first. 6 Baycats championships, of course, in a row from 2014 to 2019. Grieveson also serves as the pitching coach for this Baycats club. And the Barrie dugout now encouraging the fans, getting some rhythmic applause going here, and a 1-2 count. Grieveson checks the runner. 1 out here in the ninth. And time is called. Good crowd here at Vintage Throne Stadium tonight, enjoying some Sunday night baseball. Barrie looking for yet another come from behind win. Brad Gravison on the mound to Cristani with a 1-2 count. Checks the runner twice. Now the pitch on the ground to second base. Roy Sando gloves it cleanly. The throw to first in time, but the runner moves up 90 more feet. 2 out in the inning, but a runner at third base.
Center fielder, Gianfranco Morello.
Gio Morello now, the center fielder, batting with 2 away. And they'll give him the intentional walk. So they'd rather pitch to Dupuis in this situation, and Morello has reached base 3 times tonight, but Dupuis by no means an easier out. Gravison deciding he'd rather face Dupuis here, the shortstop, in this situation. 2 out in the inning. We'll see if it pays off. So an intentional walk puts runners on the corners. Two out in the inning, so the man at the plate, all that matters here. Gravison trying to avert the crisis here in the 9th inning. Pitch to Dupuis. And that one just missed, ball 1. Fans waiting for that call from the home plate umpire. They did not get it. Brendan Nicholson on deck. The right fielder hopeful for an at-bat here on the top of the 9th. And a throw over. Two outs in the inning, but Morello has some speed. You wonder if this is a situation with a runner at third that... One ball, 1 strike, 2 out. Brad Gravison versus Tyler Dupuis. Top of the 9th inning. Gravison's pitch. Again, just missed. And
Come on, what is that?
that one froze Gravison on the mound. A little bit of a stare in at the home plate umpire. Count 2 balls, 1 strike. Gravison missing, but not by much here, and each pitch matters so much, especially after the intentional walk. Brad does not want to load them up. He's behind 2-1 here now to Dupuis. Dupuis showing some patience. Here's the 2-1 offering, and it's fouled over the screen out of play. So it'll be a 2-2 pitch coming up to Tyler Dupuis.
114 viewers right now.
7-7 tie. Jackfish and Baycats. Top of the 9th inning. A 2-2 count with 2 out to Tyler Dupuis. Brad Gravison on the mound, trying to get the Baycats off the field. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Brad Gravison waves at the umpire as he walks toward the dugout, and now James Lyles takes a couple of steps over towards Gravison and then over to the Welland side. But boy, Brad Gravison coming through in the clutch with a big strikeout of Tyler Dupuis to get the Baycats off the field. We go to the bottom of the 9th. 2 up for Barrie as we head to the bottom of the inning. Noel McGarry-Doyle, Ryan Rio, and Adam Odd when we return. Welland 7, Barrie 7. You're watching Baycats TV and in Barrie on Rogers TV. Bottom of the ninth inning here at Vintage Throne Stadium. I'm Ben Davey, Patrick Milbourne in the PA booth tonight. Brian Backlund, our producer, and the Baycats looking for another walk-off win. McGarry Doyle, first pitch bunting, and it goes back to the screen. 0-1 to McGarry Doyle. Ryan Rio, the DH on deck. Adam Odd to follow. Barrie Baycats had walk-off wins on opening night here against Toronto, another one against Hamilton, a come-from-behind win over Guelph as well. McGarry Doyle pulls the bat back and takes it for a 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. On the ground to third. Hurst with a throw over just in time. Well, McGarry Doyle will often beat those ones out, but that one was just hit too hard. It got to Hurst too quickly. And McGarry Doyle is retired 5-3. Ryan Rio now. The 7-7 tie here in the bottom of the ninth inning. Baycats led 3-0 in this ball game before Welland scored 5 runs in the fourth and 2 runs in the fifth to turn it into a 7-3 Welland lead. The Baycats tying it. Getting 3 runs in the fifth and a run in the eighth. Ryan Rio, a .412 hitter last year for the Baycats in 23 games. Had 2 home runs last season, 26 RBIs. Would love to end this one with a swing of the bat here. Chris Boato on in relief for the Jackfish with the pitch. Off speed, misses, and the count is 1-1 strike. Chris Boato, Welland's 4th pitcher of the night. Trying to get this one to extra innings. Here's the pitch. Called strike to Rio. 1-2. Rio with a pair of singles and 2 RBIs for the Baycats in both the first and third innings. Fouls that one up back to the screen to stay alive. 2nd of 6 matchups between the Baycats and the Jackfish this year. We mentioned the 6-2 Jackfish win in Welland last night. Barrie looking to split the home and home with a win here. Lefty-lefty matchup. Chris Boato and Ryan Rio. The wind and the 1-2. Checked his swing, got a piece of it, into the glove, strike 3. And Rio didn't think that hit his bat. It sounded to me like it hit something. And it would have been his bat. And out for a visit now is Josh Matlow. He wants to know what he was called out on. Was he called out on the swing? And a conversation now between Baycat manager Josh Matlow and home plate umpire James Lyles. The umpire calling it a foul ball, a foul tip into the glove, which would have been a strike 3. Josh Matlow not happy with the call at all. I guess figuring it was a check swing, but the umpire saying that ball made contact with the bat. So 2 out in the inning for Adam Odd. Odd has reached base once in 4 plate appearances. Went 1 for 3 with an RBI in Welland yesterday. And a call strike makes it 1-1. Boato's 1-1 pitch. And that misses 2 balls and a strike. Jackfish with 11 hits, Baycats 10 hits, but 4 Welland errors have really helped Barrie get back in this ball game. 7-7 tie. Here's Boato's pitch. And it's a strike, 2-2. Both bullpens quiet right now. Chris Boato in his second inning of work, 2-2 pitch, and that one's high and away. Got away from him, 3-2. And it's a full count to Adam Odd. James Anderson on deck, hopeful for an at-bat. Jackfish trying to get this one to extras tonight. Chris Boato with a wind, the high leg kick, the 3-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Down goes Odd. And bonus baseball tonight at Vintage Throne Stadium. We go to the top of the 10th. It's the Baycats 7, the Jackfish 7. You're watching Baycats TV and in Barrie on Rogers TV. Tenth inning at Vintage Throne Stadium. It's extras tonight between the Jackfish and the Baycats. Sunday night baseball, our first of 4 Sunday night games here at Vintage Throne Stadium for you this season. And Brad Gravison back out for his second inning of relief. He'll face Brandon Nicholson, Sam Cocker, and Mateo Porcelletto for the Jackfish. Barrie looking to snap their 4-game losing streak here. And if they do it, it will be in walk-off fashion here this evening. Runner at second, so keep in mind the extra runner rule. We keep forgetting about that. Tyler Dupuis is the ghost runner at second base. So Gravison works with a man on here, and nobody out in the 10th inning. Still not a fan of that rule, but such is baseball here in 2022. Nicholson tonight has reached base twice, once on a fielder's choice. And now Gravison spins around, and back head first is Dupuis. It was kind of an awkward spin-around move by Gravison. I don't believe he intended to make the throw to begin with, but just keeping the runner honest. Here's the pitch. Fouled off right side. With the ghost runner, if you're the home team and you can get out of the top half of the inning without allowing any runs, keep in mind you can end the game with a base hit with a runner at second base. I've seen it happen before. And it's not the ending to a game that purist fans always appreciate, but it's the way it goes. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. And it's low, a ball, 2-1. As this game hits the 3-hour mark here at Vintage Throne Stadium. Here's the pitch from Grieveson. High pop-up, stays in the infield. Slamming his bat down is Nicholson. Catch is made by Roy Sando. Runner stays at second, 1 out in the inning.
2 more, 12, let's go. Catcher number 16, Sam Cocker.
Sam Cocker has 3 walks tonight. 0 for 2 with 3 walks. Brad Grieveson for the Baycats in the top of the 10th inning. Welland 7, Barrie 7. Grieveson checks the runner 3 times. And a called strike to start off Cocker. Grieveson looks in for the sign. Checks the runner once. Comes set, checks him again, and a 3rd time. And a 4th time. Here's the pitch. Outside corner, a strike. I mentioned in the broadcast earlier the importance of varying your looks to keep that runner honest at second base, and that's exactly what Grieveson's doing here. That time he looked over his shoulder no fewer than 4 times. Comes set now. And the pitch. Inside, 1-2. So that time he only checked the runner once. And you want to keep that base runner guessing out there. If you become too predictable, they'll get a read on you and either a big lead or a stolen base. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. That one missed, I don't know where, but the home plate umpire, James Lyle. And now Josh Matlow furious at the Baycat bullpen, a shouting match. And I'm not sure, it doesn't look like anybody's been tossed over there, but the Barrie Baycats absolutely furious at that. And now Josh Matlow's been tossed. James Lyle's just decided he'd heard enough, and now Josh will head out and get his money's worth. Alex Ticcioni over there to try to diffuse things as well. Matlow not happy at all with that ball that he thought should have been a called strike 3. Brad Grieveson furious about it as well. Give Grieveson credit. He's just staying on the mound right now. He's not getting involved in this at all. Way too much at stake. I'm sure Josh doesn't mind getting thrown out. He doesn't want his pitcher getting thrown out. And Marcel Lacasse goes out to the mound too, just to make sure Grieveson doesn't get involved. Those two have some words on the mound. 2 balls, 2 strikes. No gifts from the home plate umpire, James Lyles, here in the 10th inning. Runner goes, this one fouled back to the screen. And the count will hold at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Josh Matlow leaves the Barrie dugout. And it's a 2-2 count. Still just 1 out in the inning. Runner at second is Dupuis. Here's the pitch. Called strike 3. Outside corner, down goes Cocker.
Second baseman, Mateo Portolato.
Home plate umpire James Lyles making no friends this evening at Vintage Throne Stadium.
Called him an all-star. He's like, we call an all-star.
So it brings Mateo Portolato to the plate. Runner at second, 2 out. Well, Brad Grieveson was already a little hot under the collar in that 9th inning. When he got the strikeout from Tyler Dupuis, he gave the home plate umpire a little bit of a wave as he walked off to the dugout. And from that moment, you knew he probably wouldn't get any favors if he had to come out and work the 10th, and certainly that has been the case.
2 more, let's go.
I say Brad gave him a wave. Brad might just say he was just stretching his hand or something, but he was definitely fired up as he came off the mound after that third out of the ninth inning. Runner goes. The throw down, the tag, and he is out at third base. Marcel Lacasse throws a Tyler Dupuy, and the Baycats come sprinting off the field. We go to the bottom of the 10th inning. The Baycats looking to walk it off. It's 7-7. Jackfish and Baycats. You're watching Baycats TV and in Barrie on Rogers TV. Bottom of the 10th inning, and this crowd is fired up here at Vintage Throne Stadium, looking for a win over the Welland Jackfish, a walk-off win. They have 3 already this season. Baycats had a walk-off win against Toronto on May 19th. That was opening night here at Vintage Throne Stadium. They walked it off over Hamilton 2 nights later, and then against the Guelph Royals here on May 26th. So this would be their 4th walk-off win if they can pull it off here tonight against the Welland Jackfish. James Anderson has been involved in 2 of those walk-off wins. He scored the winning run in one of them and drove in a run in the other. Adam Odd, the pinch runner or the ghost runner at second base here. So James Anderson can win this with one swing of the bat right here. 7-7 tie, runner at second, nobody out. And again, that type of scenario I mentioned earlier, where if you can get out of the top half of the inning without giving up any runs, you can win it with a base hit when you come up in the bottom of the inning, and that's exactly what James can do here. Josh Matlow ejected from this game for a heated conversation with the home plate umpire on balls and strikes. Welland 7, Barrie 7. Chris Boato and James Anderson, and now Boato steps off. Marcel Lacasse with the play of the game so far, throwing out a runner at third with 2 out in the inning. Showing bunt is Anderson. Lacasse threw out Tyler Dupuy, the ghost runner, in the top of the 10th inning. And that, without a doubt, the biggest play so far, as it got the Baycats off the field and a chance to win it here in the bottom of the 10th inning. Chris Boato versus James Anderson with an 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. Inside, ball 1. Anderson likely won't be bunting here with 2 strikes now. Catcher Marcel Lacasse on deck. He'd love to be a hero at the plate if James doesn't do it here. Here's the pitch. And it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. I think both teams are a little frustrated because some of these calls were being made earlier in the ball game, and it almost feels like maybe the strike zone's being tightened up a little bit here. Certainly the Baycats felt that with Brad Grieveson on the mound in the top half of this inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Anderson down swinging.
Let's go, 1-3. Catcher number 13.
Marcel Lacasse, the man of the night behind the plate. Now he has a chance to be the man of the night at the plate. He's got the winning run at second base. And are they walking him? They will. He will not be the man of the night at the plate. He will be a base runner for Owen Jansen.
Let's go, Clark, come on!
A pretty smart move here. Owen Jansen, the left-hander. You get the lefty-lefty matchup, and Jansen is 0 for 4 tonight. No disrespect to Owen, but clearly Boato feeling he would rather face him than Marcel Lacasse. So an intentional walk to Marcel Lacasse, and he's an inconsequential base runner in this situation here with a winning run at second base. I say inconsequential, but it does set up the double play, so we shouldn't rule out the importance of that runner at first. A foul over the screen, and it's an 0-1 count. A lot of viewers tonight watching this game on Baycats TV. Thanks for joining us. Thanks to Welland viewers as well for picking up our broadcast. They're hoping to see the Jackfish improve their record to 8-1 tonight. 7-7 tie. Swing and a miss by Jansen. No balls, 2 strikes to the Baycat third baseman. Lefty-lefty matchup. Boato getting the sign, comes set. Checks the runner at second. And the delivery. Bounces up to the plate, blocked by the catcher, Sam Cocker. Good patience by Jansen. It's 1-2. The jackets and the hoodies are on here at Vintage Throne Stadium. We're down to 14 degrees. Had a game time temperature of 21. A 7-degree drop through this ball game tonight. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Big strikeout for Chris Boato. 2 down. And the number 9 hitter, Carson Burns.
First up, number 3, Carson Burns. See a double, baby. Let's go.
Both bullpens quiet here in the 10th inning. Burns first pitch swinging, and he fouls it back to the screen. Carson Burns tonight singled to lead off the third and scored a run. And he's been retired he's been retired 2 times tonight. Reached on an error in the 6th. So officially 1 for 4. He's behind 0-1 here to Chris Boato. Runner leads. Here's the pitch. On the ground, second base. Porticello over to first in time for the out, and down go the Baycats. We go to the top of the 11th inning. It's the Welland Jackfish 7, the Barrie Baycats 7. You're watching Baycats TV, and in Barrie on Rogers TV.
Through 10 innings, Baycats left 2 on, no hits, no runs, and no errors. Heading to the 11th inning.
I keep calling Porticello Porticello, but I think Porticello's a mushroom, isn't it? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. All right. Porcello. That's a Porcello, wasn't it? Right? Yeah. So the runner would be Knocker, I guess. I think the umpires are trying to figure that out right now.
The automatic runner at second base is number 6, the shortstop, Tyler Dupuis. Leading off the inning, Mateo Porcholato.
We go to the 11th inning in a 7-7 tie between the Jackfish and the Baycats. I'm Ben Davey. Thanks for joining us on Baycats TV and Rogers TV. Brad Gravison out for his third inning of work here to face the Welland Jackfish, and showing bunt. It's a called strike, and the ghost runner will be Tyler Dupuis again here in this 11th inning because he was the third out of the 10th. He was caught stealing. So another situation, kind of unusual, where you've got the ghost runner, the same guy. And this one popped up, and it's gloved by Grievous. Dupuis was the ghost runner in the 10th as well. And because he was caught stealing for the third out of the 10th, he's the ghost runner in the 11th. Porticello is out, one away. And Matt Hildebrandt, the DH, comes up. Good job by Grieveson keeping that ball up in the zone, knowing that Porcholato would be thinking bunt, and he got him to pop it up. And when you got a guy at the plate who's, he's trying to bunt, you want to keep that ball up in the zone. And that's exactly what Grieveson did. Swing and a miss. Hildebrandt with a big cut, strike one. Matt Hildebrandt is 0 for 4 tonight. He was hit by a pitch in the second inning, but he can crush the long ball. We know that. Hit one a country mile to right field that went foul earlier in this ball game. Seven tie, one out in the inning. Grieveson checks the runner, the pitch. Got the inside part of the plate, strike two.
One more, 12, let's go.
41-year-old Brad Grieveson with an 0-2 count on Matt Hildebrandt, the DH. 7-7 tie here on the top of the 11th. The pitch. Swung on and missed. 2 out in the inning, and now third baseman Ethan Hunt will come to the plate.
Third baseman, number 25, Ethan Hunt.
That was a big one.
Brad Grieveson with 3 strikeouts in this relief appearance. Came on in the 9th inning. Grieveson has retired 5 in a row. First pitch swinging, and it's fouled. Right side, out of play. Jackfish got 2 on in the top of the 9th inning. Were unable to get either of them in. Ethan Hunt was the one who started that top of the 9th inning, reached on a single. Gio Morello drew a walk, but Hunt could get no farther than third. Welland unable to score. Barrie couldn't score in their half of the bottom of the 9th. After that walk to Morello, Grieveson has retired 5 in a row, including a caught stealing, with ghost runner Tyler Dupuis thrown out to end the 10th. Baycats manager Josh Matlow has been ejected from this ball game for arguing balls and strikes. It's an 0-2 count with 2 out in the inning. We are in the 11th. Graveson's pitch. Fouled over the screen.
Come on, 1-2.
Brad Grieveson checking the runner. 0-2 pitch. Check swing. The appeal to first did not go. Pitch was high. Hunt looked like he offered at it, then pulled the bat back just in time, and Alex Tachoni, the first base umpire, saying he did not go.
Replay looks okay.
Oh yeah, off the ball.
So the count is 1-2. Big pitch coming up here from Brad Grieveson. Here it is. Called strike 3! And Ethan Hunt not happy about that call. As Brad Grieveson takes the slow walk off the mound, and Hunt will plead his case.
Way to go, 1-2.
A little less demonstrative as he just shakes his head and heads back to the Welland dugout. And the Baycats with another chance to pull this one off in the bottom of the 11th inning. You're watching Baycats TV and in Barrie on Rogers TV. We go to the bottom of the 11th inning here at Vintage Throne Stadium in Springwater. I'm Ben Davey, Patrick Melbourne in the PA booth tonight. Brian Backlund, our producer. Baycats will once again try for what would be their 4th walk-off win of the season. All 3 of the previous walk-off wins, of course, here at Vintage Throne Stadium, and in thrilling fashion. The ghost runner here in the 11th inning is going to be Carson Burns. He was the 3rd out of the 10th. Chris Bellato out here to face the top of the order. Jake Wilson, Roy Sando, and Noel McGarry-Doyle. As Bellato spins and looks the runner back. Wilson earlier tonight had a big double in the 5th inning and scored a run, part of a 3-run Baycat 5th. First pitch from Bellato is high. Wilson lays off. Good patience by Jake, and a notorious first pitch swinger. Lays off that high fastball and gets ahead of the count here, 1-0. Checks the runner. And again. And again. Here's the pitch. Gets the breaking ball over for a called strike, 1-1. Bellato, Welland's 4th pitcher of the night. We mentioned their bullpen is well rested, with Jake Harford going the distance yesterday in Welland, going all 9 innings in a complete game. This one hit on the ground to second. Up with it is the second baseman, Porcelato, throwing it over to first in time for the out, but the runner advances.
Second baseman, number 7.
Come on, Royce, let's go single.
Endo.
Great job by Jake Wilson giving up the out, moving the runner up to 3rd. Nobody out in the inning, or 1 out now in the inning. Will get the free pass to first, it looks like. Puts runners at the corners now. Boy, interesting that they're going to pitch to Noel McGarry-Doyle here, unless they put him on as well. And it looks like they are. 2 intentional walks to load the bases, and they're going to pitch to Ryan Rio.
Bases loaded, baby.
Second baseman, number 27, Ryan Rio.
This crowd here absolutely buzzing that the Jackfish would walk 2 Baycats to pitch to Ryan Rio with the bases loaded. Almost seems unthinkable, but here we are. Rio with a .412 average last season, a team-leading 26 RBIs, and they put him at the plate with the bases loaded and 1 out in the 11th. Gutsy move.
Let's go, Ryan.
one of those situations where if it works, you look like a genius, but we'll see what happens. Of course, Chris Boato thinking he's a ground ball away from getting out of the inning now with the bases loaded. So let's see. All kinds of interesting possibilities here. Bases loaded, 1 out. Boato, first pitch. This one's hit right up the middle and into center field. And to score is Carson Burns, and the Baycats win it in 11 innings. Well, clearly that strategy did not work for Chris Boato and the Welland Jackfish. They walked the bases loaded, putting Roy Sando on and Noel McGarry Doyle right behind him, loaded him up, and Ryan Rio, almost as if to take that personally, hit a rocket right through the middle and into center field for a walk-off win here tonight over the Welland Jackfish. So the Baycats, in thrilling come-from-behind fashion, walk it off for the 4th time this season here at Vintage Throne Stadium. And a mob out between first and second to congratulate Ryan Rio, the hero tonight, bringing in Carson Burns with the winning run. Final score from Vintage Throne Stadium, Baycats win it by a score of 8-7 in 11 innings, taking the second game of this home-and-home series against the Jackfish, and more importantly, bringing their 4-game losing streak to an end. Great game tonight that had a little bit of everything. Baycats coughing up a 3-0 lead, trailing 7-3, had to come all the way back to tie it and force extra innings. They pull off the win here tonight at Vintage Throne Stadium. Thanks for joining us tonight on Baycats TV and Rogers TV. Don't forget to tune in, or better yet, join us here at the ballpark on Thursday night as we're right back here to see the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Baycats will face them for the 3rd time this season. Thursday night at Vintage Throne Stadium at 7:30. That is our next broadcast, and the Baycats' next game on the schedule here in this 2022 campaign. Final tonight, Baycats win it in extras, 8-7. I'm Ben Davey. Good night from Vintage Throne Stadium in Springwater.